It's how we are.
My heart feels like an alligator, as it does most days. They picked up a big-time MS-13 gangbanger today in Virginia. Democrats are tearing their hair out. They can't believe it. Where is the due process? And today, the judge named Indira, the federal judge in Boston, decided to call in the Trump administration and say, "I demand that the woman be kept in Boston. This is a Muslim terrorist. She's not a terrorist. She's pro-Hamas, which is a terrorist group. So you could call her pro-terrorist. They say she's a very lovely person. She goes to all the Muslim events and writes op-eds talking about how evil Israel is. And she got snatched. She got lugged off the street on Tuesday night in Somerville, right off the campus of Tufts. And it's terrible. Steve Lynch, trying to make up for calling illegal aliens a few weeks back, he said, this is Gestapo-like tactics. I don't think so. I don't think she hasn't been sent to any concentration camps. She's being sent back to her homeland. She wants to fight for freedom. I mean, her leader, her fellow Muslim leader, just arrested the chief of the opposition party, the mayor of Istanbul. Maybe she can go and take part in some demonstrations. Maybe she can bomb some Kurds. They love to bomb Kurds. That's what they do with minority groups in her home country. But the feds just said, "Hey, she's gone. See it, Judge Indira. She's gone." I love it. I love it. And they picked up another one. But the thing is, the Globe stories are so. She was picked up by masked ICE agents. Now wearing a mask is a bad thing? I mean, I thought they were rioting down in Colombia because they want to keep wearing masks. Don't know. Why are the cops wearing masks? I don't know. Maybe it's because they're afraid that their vehicles are going to get bombed like the Teslas by all of these peace-loving Muslim terrorists that we've imported into this country and given them free rides. She's on a Fulbright scholarship, this Muslim, who was fomenting trouble in Medford at Tufts University. So then they're saying, and then they put her into a tinted vehicle, tinted glass. Wait a second. I seem to remember some law enforcement groups in Massachusetts wanting to ban tinted vehicles because they said it was
this one needs to be extended.
And all the same people who were so shocked.
This one needs to be extended.
Off of the street, who was
and then this one not to be extended so much.
It's racist.
And I can bring this one back down here.
To ban tinted vehicles. You can't ban tinted vehicles. How are the MS-13 gangbangers and the fentanyl dealers going to do business in privacy if you ban tinted vehicles? So now it's a terrible.
This thing has a mind of its own today.
It's a terrible thing. The cops in masks, and they're taking these nice young Hamas lovers into tinted vehicles. And then they
what the hell?
Somerville. I guarantee you it was someone who wasn't living in Somerville when I was living in Somerville. That's for
Maybe
sure.
right there. I don't know.
Everybody I know is gone.
I don't know. It's one of those days.
The Billerica or Florida. They're gone though. And she said, "I don't want to give my name because I'm afraid that the federal government will come after me." You mean? What you mean? Like you pray in front of an abortion clinic? You trespassed on January 6th? You go to a parish, a Catholic parish, where they say the Latin Mass? You tried to defend your daughters against being raped in middle school bathrooms by guys claiming to be girls? That's who the feds were going after in the last 4 years. You think they're going to go after you like that, like Biden went after people? I mean, they're making it sound like they want to just make those. Oh, it's so terrible. Oh, and they've got a nice picture of her. Oh, she's got a smile. She's wearing the Muslim headgear, of course, and oh, she's got a smile. She's
All right. There we go.
Something to run on. They got, I think, I don't know if he said in that clip right there, but in the broader audio, he says, they got their asses beaten.
Let me go to my channel. Hey, my channel's still here on Rumble. Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh, look at that. I'm still on Rumble. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. There we go. I'll put my little radio over here somewhere. And just put it right up. I'll leave it right there. Get it on the screen. Get it on the screenshot there. Hello, everybody. Excuse me. Hello, everybody. Yeah. Happy Friday. And my son is happy today because he has a 3-day weekend. So he's happy. He doesn't have school Monday, so he's definitely happy. Let me go over here. Let me open up my Rumble here. I haven't seen my Rumble page in a while. Wow. You can see my Rumble page. Any radio in tech. The Rumble is pretty old now. It doesn't update anymore. I don't know why it doesn't update anymore. It doesn't update. Why doesn't update? Do I have to sign it? No, I already signed it. So I have my channels. Okay, my channels. There we go. Let me go to my channel. See? Go to my channel. And this is my channel on Rumble. So they haven't updated in a while. I used to update. I don't know why they don't update anymore. Don't know why they don't update. Same thing with Odyssey. Let me see Odyssey. Odyssey doesn't update either. If I go to Odyssey, what the hell is Odyssey? So that's why I'm pretty much well, let me see Odyssey. Odyssey. Same thing with Odyssey. I'm gonna put it up higher because this is ridiculous. Come on, bro. I'm gonna put this one a little higher. Let's see if I get the whole thing right there. If I go to Odyssey, yeah, let me log in. I'm gonna show you guys my login. Oh my god! I'll show you guys my login. So please upload content manually. That's what they want me to do now. Okay, I don't know what the hell is this. What is all this? What is all that? Okay, so here we go. What I got in my pocket? Well, I got my keys. I got my keys right here. So Odyssey doesn't update anymore either. Yeah, 5 months. Last time I uploaded a video here. Wow, they're not updating no more. That's YouTube that's doing that, so they keep changing it. Odyssey, it's kind of dead anyway. Odyssey's kind of dead. Odyssey used to pay you in crypto. They have their own crypto right here, right? You see, I have 200. Whatever that thing is, the look at all that money. Ooh, it's nothing. It's like a few cents. Yeah, it's not that much. So anyway, Odyssey pays you every time you upload a video, or sometimes people send you gift, whatever. You earn some of these coins. But Odyssey's pretty dead. I mean, look at the views; they're dead. They're dead. A few people are on Odyssey, but Odyssey is, I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing like YouTube. A lot of people say, "Oh, I go to YouTube," but to be honest, there's nothing out there bigger than YouTube. Even TikTok is not, you know. I read posts on I read posts on people that have like 1 million followers on TikTok, and they're not earning like, they're not earning much. Believe me. So yeah, so that's Odyssey. And then can I go down to, there's another one that's like a crypto thing. It's old. These are old, my God. Yeah, sure, I'll try it. Why not? Why not? I have to log in though. I have to sign in. Yeah. I have to sign in. I have to sign into these things. Yeah, I am human, of course. And let's see. Uh, Bigger prize box. I don't know what the hell this is. What is this? Pick a prize box. I don't know. I'll pick this one. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen this before. Oh, I want a point one. Okay. Wow. By the way, that's their token. This is another crypto related thingy. Let me go to my homepage. Okay. Go to my homepage. Let me go to my. I go here. Right. Yeah. Go here. I see all this stuff. See, I have tokens. I have this cost token. I have 219 of those cost tokens. Go to my channel. And you see it's pretty dead. Wah, wah, pretty dead. And then I think, what was the, not my wallet, oh, they did away with the prizes? Airdrop. Okay, let me try that. Okay, so anyway, what else? They changed this thing around. What happened to the daily? No, I don't want notifications, please. I don't want none of that. Oh, they did away with the other price stuff. I haven't read this thing in a few months. So they changed things around. Let me see. It used to be here when you click on it. Yeah, it's not here no more. No, I don't care about NFTs. I'm done with the NFT thing. And then pop. That's another token you get, pop. So of course I got 23,000 of those tokens. Now what happened to my pop? So how do I earn more pop? Okay, that's what this is. They changed this thing around. Oh, they changed this around. Okay, anyway, I think I'm. So anyway, that one is gone. I'm done with that. Yeah, I'm done with that. Let me delete that off my all my. It's just a dead. I'm done with that. Actually, I'm done with that. Where is it at? Odyssey. Yeah, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. You can't be on my all my links page. It just doesn't. I have a few people, but it's nothing. It's Rumble. I'm gonna leave you for now, but and of course I got Blue Sky. I got Blue Sky. I got Blue Sky. How cute. I think Minds.com is another one is gonna go. me see what is going on with mines.com. So, yeah, pretty much done with that. Bye-bye. Mines.com. I'm house cleaning now. I'm house cleaning. Okay, bye. Don't want to. Yeah, I want to streamline all my links page. I have a Thread account. I have a True Social account. True Social. I have a Twitch account I haven't even used. There's nobody there. I just don't, log in there. Yeah, it's dead. There's nothing in there. I don't have anything there. I never live stream on Twitch. Yeah, I don't plan to. So you know what? I'm gonna get it off my. I'm trying to stream all my links page. Yeah, bye. Rumble, I could see myself streaming on Rumble one day, but on Twitch, nah, it's dead. Okay, everything else stays for now. Everything else stays. Yeah. And my PayPal link is right there. Let me copy the address. How convenient. Let me see if I can. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Never mind. But if you click on that, you can donate. Oh, nice. And then also, if you want to send some crypto, you can send some Ethereum here. For those of you that have crypto wallets or Bitcoin, send it here. And there you go. Anyway, so I'm going through that. Okay, so Rumble, I'm going to keep you for now, but, they just, I got 121 views. Not bad for Rumble. Not bad. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. BS. Look at all that stuff going on. Oh my God. Right here. I'm done with Cutter. Forget about Cutter anyway. All right. And there you go. Yeah. Let me see what else. I had somebody posted a comment, and let me see what it was. A comment. Let me go. Where's my phone? It was on my phone actually. Let me open it also. Oh, Married DX, I forgot. Anyway. Oh yeah, I was gonna watch a radio for Married DX, sir. I'll come back to it later. Color theme. Okay, somebody posted a comment on this. Let me go down to the comment. Let me see. Yeah. My name 1771. 38 seconds was enough. I'm not going to Facebook to download any firmware or software. Well, I also said in the video, if for whatever reason you can't find the link on Facebook, because I had already 2 people email me. Danny, I don't have a Facebook account, and can you send me the file? I send them the file. I had no problem sending the file. I told you. And I didn't even think about that. Some people don't have Facebook anymore. But that's where the file is at. That's I'm sorry, that's the video. The file is in the Facebook group. If you want the firmware, it's in the Facebook group. I'm going to check my email right now. If you email me, I'll send you a file. So, you know, what are you going to do? You know, it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. I still have my Facebook accounts. You know, I mean, am I super active on Facebook? No, I have my Facebook like page. I have a small group on Facebook, a private group, and that's it. And I'm in a couple of groups, not so many. I deleted a lot of people. I got rid of a lot of groups. Believe me, I slimmed down, especially I'm going to mention his name anymore. I don't mention his name anyway, but yeah, I left that group too because too toxic, too many nut jobs in there. So anyway, hello, David's Radio Room. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's a beautiful day here in Yonkers, New York. It's about 50. Let me see. What is that? I have to click on the this guy. See 55 degrees and sunny right now. Tomorrow's supposed to go up to 79 degrees. 79 degrees tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to get hit with a nice warm day. I will be outside all day tomorrow. I got some stuff to do in the yard. I want to clean up the yard, get it ready for. I got to clean a few pots. I'm gonna start planting stuff. I got some trees that I left in the pots, and they survived the winter. They're budding now. They're little baby trees, small trees. So now I'm ready to put those on the ground. So, I just got to clean them up. Some of those pots are full of leaves and all that. So the leaves served as mulch because I don't rake my leaves. I don't live in an HOA, so I don't really care. I don't, thank God I don't live in those places. So I leave when leaves come down in the fall, I leave them on the ground because they act as mulch. They keep the ground warm. It's a layer. It keeps the ground warm. So when springtime comes around, I rake all the leaves and then boom, everything. Plus I want to call it composting, but if you leave the leaves on the ground on top of the grass, it actually makes it. Because I saw this years ago. It was a YouTuber in England, and he does that, and he keeps the ground fertile, more fertile. Same thing with the pots. I got big pots, so I got big, huge pots. And I mean, really large pots, with soil. I mean, we're talking about, wow, how many, it's big, they're huge, they weigh a lot. And one of them, I have a few, like a couple of nursery, trees, of different types. I let them there over the winter and to see which one survives. So out of I think 8 of them, so far, like 6 of them survived. They're blooming now. So they survived the winter. So they're cold hardy. They're cold, especially up here in New York. So those are going to survive. So now I can put those on the ground when the weather warms up a little bit in a couple of more weeks or so. I can put them on the ground now and they'll survive. Because last year I had planted a couple of things like a strawberry. What is it? A tree? Like a tree, like a vine. I planted straight on the ground. They didn't survive because the grass, the grass and everything around this. And I didn't mulch it. I didn't cut an area around there and dug it and put mulch on it. It's recommended you do that, but I normally don't do that because the ground is pretty fertile and there's a lot. But I should have done that, but I didn't do that. So I guess the weeds. I remember anytime when you grow, I have in my back. I have grass, but I also have a lot of weeds. A lot of it is when the wind blows it goes on the ground, and so you always got to be constantly ripping on weeds. So anything I plant on the ground has to, it's going to compete with that. So I see a few times. I said I have trees there that have been there for over 10 years now, and they're pretty big and all that. And they started out when I bought it. It was pretty small. So that strawberry one died out. So I'm gonna do it again this year, but this time I'm gonna put the strawberry in a big pot first. I'm gonna leave it there for a year. Let it get cold hardy with the soil inside the pot, and then next year I'll put that one on the ground. And I learned that because the problem is that when if I put anything on that ground, it's going to compete with the grass and the weeds. And I don't like mulching. I don't like mulching stuff on the ground. I don't like doing that. I have not. The only mulch I use is when the leaves fall. And when the leaves come down in the fall, I leave all the leaves all over the yard. I don't rake it because I used to, when I first moved there, I used to rake them every fall, but it was redundant. As soon as you rake it, more leaves come down. Because behind the back of my house, the backyard of my house, there's a lot of trees that are out there, and not even in my property. I'm talking about on the other side of the fence. There's a whole bunch of trees, so all those leaves wind up on my yard. So I got used to it. So I just leave the leaves on the ground, let them settle in. It keeps the ground warm. And then as soon as spring arrives, right before spring, I rake them all up. So that's what I've been doing the last week or so. I just rake them all up, put them in bags. I put it out in the trash, and that's it. So now the grass is growing outside. I can see the grass growing. I'm like, oh, nice. So now the next thing is I have a whole bunch of rocks in the corner I have to pick up and put them in and a whole bunch of broken twigs and all that. I have to pick that stuff up. So I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be out there all day. Cleaning the yard, getting it ready. I have other stuff. I have a bird feeder I want to put out there, so I'll do that tomorrow. I have a bird feeder, bird bath, a fountain that I'm going to set up again with a solar pump. It has a little solar pump and it bubbles up the water, so the birds come and get their little drink. That's pretty cool. I don't have much space. I only have it's like 1,200 something square feet. It's like a rectangular. The yard is kind of more like rectangular, a long rectangle. So it's kind of long but narrow. It's a long rectangle. That's the way the yard is. I wish I had like an acre or more, but I don't have anything like that. Because boy, I would have had a whole bunch of antennas, long wires all over the place. The only long wire antenna I have is the end fed. That's it. But I would have had like an acre of land. I would have had a beverage antenna, loop on the ground. I would have had like a loop on the ground, buried in there, right underneath the grass. I would have had a loop on the ground and all that. Yeah. So anyway, let me tilt the. I think I can. Let me see. Let me open up this. This guy left me. Just gonna go here real quick. I'm gonna see if this guy sent me a message. I'm gonna put the camera a little bit away just because. Actually, let me read a couple of things. This guy right here. Okay, I thought you did send me the thing already. Okay, YouTube, that's me on, of course. That's my message. Okay, let me go to my other account. Let me see if he. I don't know what's going on with Google now. It's really slow, my email. What is going on? Okay, so he didn't message me. So I can't help you. There you go. Let me close that then. So I can't help you. I made it clear in my video. I don't host the zip file. He's not on GitHub. You have to go to the Facebook group. You don't have to join the Facebook group. my name 1771. You don't have to join it. You just go there and scroll down because it's a public group. It's not even a private group. So you don't need to join the group. You go there, you scroll down, there's a post by Abdullah, and it's right there, the zip file. I mean, why I don't understand why you know. Or you could email me a message and say, Danny, I don't have a Facebook account. Can you send me the file? I made it clear on my video. I don't know why. Do you people even watch the whole video before you leave a stupid comment? I mean, seriously, bro. I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna write something real nice for you later on, and I might pin it so people can hit you like a piñata, dumbass. Wow, stupid. Like, if you don't have a Facebook, I made it clear. I can send you the file. I can send you the file. Just ask. Don't leave a comment. Oh my God, 30 seconds was too long to watch the video. This is what I'm talking about. YouTube people. Some of you people are just fucking ungrateful. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. No matter what I do, I make a video about installing this firmware on this radio. There's always somebody that's not happy. And somebody else wrote, another person wrote, oh, after I ordered the firmware update, I can't receive FM signals no more. It's too noisy. You know, like they can never be happy. These people. What do you think, that I make a video and it takes me like 2 seconds to make that video? Are you serious? You know, come on, bro. I could easily took that video and put it in the members area and make your ass fucking pay for it. How about that? Wow. I mean, seriously. This is what I'm talking about, people. You know, like when somebody goes out of their way to make a tutorial video, you know, be thankful that the person took time out of their life to help other people. Holy moly, man. I mean, seriously. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you know, I should just put in the members. I should just go in there. Right now it's public. Change it to members only. And I'll end that shit right now. I don't have to share it. Let somebody else make the video. This is what I'm talking about with everything. The MLA30, same thing. You know, 99% of the comments were good. You got the 1% that, oh, you know, you're going to use a drill press instead of, you know, oh, you know, what was the other one about the BNC? You know, what can you do with a regular coax connector? You can do whatever you want, bro. I'm just demonstrating you with the BNC. You know? Then you got the smart ones, the smart asses. Oh, well, I could have done it with an SO239 connector. Then do it. Then make your own video with a fucking SO239 connector on it. How about that? You know what I'm saying? You know, there was a whole, well, I would put it SO2. Then you make your video of the SO239 connector and put it on YouTube and get 23,000 fucking hits later. Wow. But yeah, you have no subscribers. Because I was waiting for this. I was waiting for the first couple of people to start complaining about the mod. So one of them answered. Here's my answer to that one, the FM reception jerk off. You turn on the radio. You go to settings. And you can lower the brightness. Like I already did. I lowered it down to the minimum. You know, the maximum brightness is what? That's the maximum brightness. I don't know. Can you focus camera there? Can you focus? Can you do me solid and focus? You know? You know? Is it possible that the screen brightness might interfere with a little bit of signal? Absolutely. But in my case, I lower the brightness. That works for me. Or pick another theme. Like I picked the pager theme. Yeah, the pager theme is you know, a lot of backlit. Is there a lot of backlit on that? Yeah. Of course, I'm indoors. That's why it's noisy. It's not noisy because of the backlit. It's noisy because of indoors. And I have it on shortwave. Let me go to FM. Let me go actually to medium wave. You know, is it noisy there? No, it's not noisy there. Because some people, you know, same thing with the TF6686, you know. Somebody left a comment there, oh, the radio is not usable because, and I, you know, I'm going to say Shango 666. First of all, let me explain to you about that one. Let me go get the radio. When it comes to radio, we all have the little intricacies, whatever you want to call it. Am I making up this word? I don't know. Am I making up this word? Intricacies or whatever. So according to Shango 6666 or 666, whatever, he says this radio is unusable. Well, sir, I respectfully disagree. This radio is fine. No, he claims that the backlit, that the display on this radio interferes with the radio. It does not. I made a video on it, receiving Radio New Zealand, which is, let me tell you, the Radio New Zealand is not a signal that everybody can pick up. Okay? And by the way, on video, it comes out a lot less. When I was doing this live, because, you know, remember the camera. See, people don't understand that. The camera always brings in a little more interference to any radio. So when I put the camera right there, you know, in my case, a smartphone, it's going to raise the level of it. And you know, you would think Shango 666 would understand that. Mr. 85,000 subscribers, whatever the fuck he is now. You would think he understand that. You know, Mr. Electronic Wizard or whatever the fuck he is. You understand? But you don't understand that. I understand that. This little guy from New York, Yonkers, New York, with 5,000 subscribers, understands that when you record any radio with a modern device that has 5G and Wi-Fi in it, it's gonna bump up the noise on this thing. You got to factor that in. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Come in the chat and challenge me. Challenge me on this, please. Because I'm going to shut you up. Challenge me on this. Any radio, any portable radio, pretty much, if you put a camera in front of it, the noise will go up. Even if it's a smidgen, it goes up. So you can't tell me that this radio is not unusable. I will disagree. I disagree with you. Okay, I picked up radio in Slicopedia, 530 kilohertz from Yonkers, New York into Cuba. With this radio on medium wave. What are you talking about that this radio is unusable? Bro, you disappoint me, bro. You make no sense when you make that statement. Did you even watch my other videos before you make that statement? You make no sense. So I debunked that one already. So same thing with this one. Oh, when I put that color display thing, I cannot receive FM on it. Maybe you're in a bad environment. You know, I didn't say this radio was perfect. This radio indoors, other than medium wave, you know, and FM of course indoors works fine. Depending on the setup, but you know, there's places in this house that's very noisy right now. This radio in this environment right now is too noisy. It's too noisy. And can I get a like for that, please? Thank you. It's too noisy. Now you take this radio outside, or you put an external on this thing, like an MLA 30, then you get a different result. So people, when you post stuff, think about what you're gonna post. Think about what you're gonna post, because you're blaming the firmware update on your. I can't receive FM signals. Oh my God! You're wrong. Okay, wrong. You know, because they quickly want to blame the person that posted the video. Because that's what he's trying to allude to. That, oh, Danny, because of you, I fucked up my radio. You know, nobody's putting a gun to your head to update your radio. Number one. That's why I didn't even do the disclaimer. I used to do the disclaimer. I'm not responsible for. I don't do the disclaimer no more because, you know what? I don't care. You know? And I made it clear on my review of this radio. Is it my go-to radio? No. So chill out, people. It's not my go-to radio. Is it my go-to radio? No, it's not my go-to radio. But if the firmware would have had any flaws on it, I would have told you. Believe me, I will tell you. If it works fine for me, it works fine. It works fine. All right? It's just that people don't, you know, they don't think before they post. Especially with this radio. I'm surprised Shango even said that this radio is unusable. You know? Now Kevin O'Reilly, which I respect very well. I like Kevin O'Reilly. He said that his radio, he has some issues with it. Now, let me tell you something about this radio too that I did not know about until Mario DX. Give him credit. My man Mario DX came through. He clarified a thing about this radio. For those of you that had the early version of this radio, let me stand up because I'm going to stand up for this one. For those of you that had the early version of this radio, this one, I got it about a year ago. That was in June. So this one has a TEF 6686 chip. All right. Now, there was a radio before this one, and my radio was the one that, commented on it. And I did some digging on it, and he's correct. There was another radio that's older radio with the same, look and all that. And that one, I believe he said the TEF 86. Not the 6686. There's an 86, TEF 86. And I believe that one is the one that is just the older version of this chip, of this one. So I don't know, like for example, Kevin O'Reilly, he had his for a while. But it could be that, number one. There are some radios out there that do sell. There's different ones that do a smaller one. That they could have the older chip, the TEF 86. And like I said, I was not aware of this until Matt Radio Dexter, and I referred him on my review on this, by the way, about the firmware. Because he had his radio longer than what I have this one. I got mine in June of last year. But he had his for about 2 years now. I believe 2 years. So, you know, so when someone like Shango says that this radio is unusable, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. I hate to say, and I'm surprised because you have 80,000 subscribers, and you're Mr. Open up this, open up that, and people used to comment once in a while. Oh, have you ever check out Shango's channel? I said no, I don't know who the hell this guy is. I don't know him from a hole in the wall. I don't know who this guy is. It's another one of those electronic channels that likes to open up stuff, and he's a like like EEV blog, whatever the guy's name is, another one. I don't know. I don't watch this. It's too boring. I don't watch stuff like that. It's too boring. I like to be entertained. And technical is one thing, but you gotta be entertaining too. I just don't watch stuff like that. So when he posts that this radio is unusable, he's wrong. He's wrong. He's wrong. He's wrong. You're wrong, bro. You're wrong. Now, can the display introduce a little bit of noise? Absolutely, it can. It can. For example, this radio. This is one of the knocks about this radio. One of the biggest knocks about this radio is the display. The display tends to introduce some noise. I can't really verify that. My complaint with this radio is just not as sensitive. That's my complaint about this radio. So I have a different complaint. Maybe I have a faulty unit. That could be too. But this radio is not that sensitive. And I tried it with several antennas. It's not a very sensitive radio compared to like this radio. This radio is much more sensitive. And when I posted a video like that, Radio New Zealand, and I keep saying it. I keep saying it. When you put a camera in front of radios, it's gonna degrade a little bit depending on how far away you fall from the radio. And in my case, I had to zoom in. I did the 2x zoom. So my radio realistically was about here. This is 1-to-1, right? So it was right here. But I had to zoom in, 2x zoom, because if I would have got it closer, it would have obliterated the signal. But people don't understand that. When you've been doing this for 8 years, like I have been doing this, all these videos with radios, that some radios you can't even put a camera. I'll give you an example, D109. D109, you can't even put a camera within 3 feet from it. All right? Some radios are horrible for recording. The D109 is one of them. This is the D109. If I have the camera this far away, it already the signal, the noise will be ridiculous. That's why I don't have that many D109 videos, because I couldn't. I tried. Believe me, I tried. It's just too much noise. You see what I'm saying? And you gotta think about that. A lot of us that make these videos and shoot, try to get a good shot of the radio, and you want to hear it too. And some kids I have to do the zoom, because if I put it too close, it'll obliterate the signal. You know what I'm saying? The noise will go through the roof. So in this case, Shango, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Well, whatever. 80, I don't know what 80, I don't know how many 80. I know he's over 80,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, you're wrong about this radio. You're wrong. You're totally wrong on this radio. This radio is a great radio. This is a great radio. And I'm not getting paid for this. They didn't send me this radio. I bought this radio with my own pocket. And when I tell you this radio is a great radio, you can take it to the bank. Now, if you have an issue with this radio, it could be your environment or whatever. But this radio, I find this radio superb. On all bands. On all bands. All right? Now, can the noise, can the screen bring a little bit of noise? Yeah, it can. And you can mitigate that by lowering down the brightness. You can lower the brightness down this all the way down. Things like that. Which I did with this radio. Where's my little radio? With this radio is definitely, you got to lower the brightness on this one. First of all, it's too bright. The default setting on this radio was horrible. It was too, the screen was too bright, which that'll eat up the battery too. And if you put the screen too bright, you will bring more noise to the radio. I think that's another thing about the brightness. So in my case, in my case I bring down the brightness to 32. That's the minimum. Because by default it was too high. It was too high. It was way too high. So if you have an issue with the radio on FM, which even on FM, I'm surprised even on FM you have an issue with it. Lower the brightness on this radio. Maybe that'll help. But again, this radio, especially this radio like this, when you're gonna shoot a video on it, this radio is susceptible to any type of interference. I mean, look at it. It's a plastic 3D case. There's no front end. There's nothing protecting this radio. It's a circuit board with a 3D printed case. What do you expect for that? You expect this radio to perform? Like, I'm surprised I caught that station. I'm surprised this radio caught a station 1,000 miles away on medium wave. But that's because, I had to do ideal conditions. I had to take it outside. I had to take it, even outside, I had to take it away from any sources, like especially the street lights. Because outside I got LED street lights. I had to take it away from all that. And I found a little spot. And I moved around the radio and boom, I locked in and I got the station. Okay? But people out here when they post, they don't think about what they're posting. They just post, like for the sake of, I'm going to show this guy because I'm a smart guy. I know more than this guy. And you know what? You wind up looking more stupid for posting it. And you know what? I enjoy calling those people out because I don't get credit. I'm seriously, I don't get credit in my channel for what I do. I get zero credit. Zero. I get zero. People follow other people like lemmings and they think they know everything. They don't know shit. But honestly, I'm gonna tell you something. You don't know about this radio, bro. You don't know about this radio. You're fucking wrong about this radio, bro. I would defend this radio, and I'm not getting paid for this shit. I'm not getting paid for this radio. Nobody bought me this radio. I defend this radio. And for me to defend the radio, that means that, you know what? It is a good fucking radio. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, hello, Radio Wave Maniac. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let me drink some water. And those are my rants. There you go. I had to say that today because that shit was stirring in my I said it was stirring last night. I said when I come out, I'm gonna address that issue. And like I said, I'm gonna address that issue because you just gave me almost an hour of material to talk about. So thank you for the dumb comments. 53 minutes in the books already. Here we go. Putting in a day's work already. Another live for the YouTube algorithm. Battle. Yeah. Because I always say it's a thankless a thankless thing we do. I post an update video about this, and all I get is I got a couple of crybabies. One email one and one on my post. It's not working. Oh my god, I ruined my radio. One of them is like, I'm not going to Facebook. 30 seconds into the video, I said, no, I'm not going to Facebook. Did you even listen to what I said about that? If you can't get it on Facebook, you can email me. I guess the guy's too lazy to go to my homepage and get my email. Everybody wants something for free, but they're not willing to some people are not willing to just go take a little step. They want everything now. Everything is, and I made it clear. I say I cannot host a file. I don't have web hosting anywhere. If I have web hosting, I would have put the file on a server somewhere. I would have put a direct download link to that file, but I don't have a direct download anywhere. And I'm not going to use my Google Drive for that because there's a quota on Google Drive. You know, there's a bandwidth limit, a transfer limit, and I want to put that zip file there, and it blows up my quota. You know, and then I could lose my Google Drive. No, I'm not doing that. Hell no, not my own. But maybe I'll. But I'd rather let somebody else do it. You know what? If you want the file, give me the file through email. You can host the file. I'll put the link. I'll put your link in my description. That's it. You know, I made it clear. Like people don't listen to when they watch the video. Sometimes they don't listen. And I say that because I know Facebook. They don't take kindly for you they're hosting files on Facebook. Don't be surprised that link disappears in a few days. You know, don't be surprised, even if it's a open group. Facebook doesn't host files like that. They don't mind if you upload a video. They don't mind if you upload a picture. But when you start hosting zip files, I'm surprised it's still there. The file, to be honest. You know, I used to have web hosting, but I shut it down a year ago because I ended a 5-year contract with a web hosting, and you know I had the introductory price. I had it locked in for a few years, real cheap hosting, but then it skyrocketed. I'm not gonna pay $30 a month for web hosting when that thing is not making any money. So I shut it down. I said no, don't renew the contract. So I don't have web hosting. If I would have had web hosting, I would have put the file on my page and I would have ended that. So you wouldn't need to go to Facebook. I would have said, go to this URL /zip file, you know, .zip, whatever, and download it directly there. But I don't have, and also like, for example, Blogger, you know, I can't host zip files. You know, otherwise I would have put it on Blogger. I'll show you. You know, for example, on my links page, right? Let me go there. I go to all my links page, right? You know, I have Blogger, right? Let me go to Blogger. So if I go to Blogger, right? I have a blog, but I can't put a zip file in here for you to download. They don't allow that. You see what I'm saying? I could have put the zip file right here. I could have said download, you know, ATS Mini version 1.8, 1.08 right there, but I can't do that because they don't allow zip file hosting. A lot of places, you know, you got to pay for that. Otherwise, you could do it with Dropbox. I mean, you can do it for free with Dropbox. I don't have Dropbox account. I don't plan to ever have one. I don't care for all that stuff. I have a Google Drive account, but I'm not going to use it for that. So I made it clear. You got to go to the Facebook group or ask me and emailing you. And you know me, those that know me, I normally ignore emails. And I'm going out of my way to satisfy people on this. But do I get thanks? No, I don't get thanks for this. I got a few thanks. But, you know, this is what I'm talking about, people. Like, you would think I would have a super chat. I would have had a super thanks by now. This is the way people are like that. It's just fucking cheapskates. That's it. And I made it clear. You know, if the group is providing the file, join the fucking group. Don't be a cheapskate. All it do is one click, join the group. Blow up the group. You know, they're providing us with all these things in there. If you go to the group, they have a lot of stuff there about this radio. You know? But, you know, people are just fucking ungrateful. That's what I'm going to say. I don't care. I'm going to say it on my channel. And the other channels don't say that. I'm going to say it here. A lot of people are fucking ungrateful. That's it. I don't care. I'm going to say it like it is here. I'm grateful. That's it. I go out of my way to make a fucking video, and then you're going to fucking, bitch and moan about shit? Fuck you, you know? Make your own fucking video somewhere else. Matter of fact, enjoy it today because I think I'm gonna put that in the members area by tonight. So you better blow up that shit today. Let me put that back up there. Yeah, you know what? I may just blow this shit up today because that shit's gonna go to the members area by tomorrow for the weekend. And there you go. What, you know, fuck it. I'll put it in the members area and that's it. And there you go. Dummies. You know, I'm not your conventional, boring ass fucking radio channel. I say like it is here. You don't like it? Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. Fucking tell me what you fucking I messed up my radio. I can't. Am I FM? Fucking idiot. Stupid. Fucking dummy. Jesus Christ. Oh, hello, James Farley. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm just addressing. I'm killing. I got an hour of material. I just slayed it. 1 hour material. 1 hour and 1 minute in the books. In the books. There you go. Oh, you're at the store. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be outside later. It's gonna go up to about 50. Oh, wow, it's 57 right now. Oh, the thing just popped up right here. 57 degrees. Wow, it's good. We're gonna go over 60 today. Tomorrow's gonna go up to 79 degrees. We might hit 80 tomorrow here in Yonkers, New York. Tomorrow I'll be out there all day. I may even do a live stream out there on my phone. Maybe I'll do a live stream outside the yard. I'll bring out a couple of radios out there. Let me see. I think it's going to be sunny, though. It's going to be really sunny outside. I don't know how well that's going to translate if I... Let me see. I don't know. Something to think about. So I'm at the store at the moment, but I'll get back on it later. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, I'll think about it. You know, but a lot of people go to, a lot of sheep go to the other channel. Sheeple. So yeah, I don't talk about politics, but yes, I am talking about politics. The other dummy. Dumbass. The hypocrite. I call him now the hypocrite. Hypocrite. Hypocrite channel. There's no talk about politics. Yeah, he talks about politics, and he allows bashing over there. So done with these fucking people. Fucking Trump derangement syndrome and shit. And I told you, now I'm going to get on a soapbox about this one. I told you about that. Did I not say NPR is going to be next? Yeah, it's coming. They're going to be next. Nothing ain't going to stop them from just going, they don't. Hey, they can. If people love them so much, they can just they can just keep getting their donations. That's it. Because I watched some of that when they were grilling her in, the Congress. I can't believe someone like that runs NPR. She couldn't even remember what she posted 2 years ago. Oh, I don't recall saying that. Yeah, you posted this and this and that. Didn't you post this on X? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't recall. How the fuck someone is a CEO and you can't remember what you posted 2 years ago? Stupid. I want my taxpayers' dollars going to that? I don't think so. Jesus Christ. Well, let's see. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to be enjoying out there tomorrow. It's a nice day. I'm going to be outside tomorrow. Catch up on some stuff out there. All right, let's see what we are here. Not that many people on 10 meters. Wow. 10 meters condition is okay, but not that many people on right now. Wow. Not that many. Look at it. Only 124 reception reports. Yeah, it's like, wow. Not that many people right now. Look at Europe. It's like, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to 10 meters. We're getting around that time of the year where it's just, it starts. I mean, this can change at any moment, but look at it right now. It's like nothing. Wow. Everything is here. Everything is right here now. I'm just getting hurt here. You see, I'm just getting hurt here. Look, 4 minutes here, 4 minutes here, 3 minutes. Nothing out here. Wow. You see how very you see that? It's just all suddenly conditions change. Well, is that Puerto Rico? Yeah, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and that's it. And United States in the last few minutes. Conditions just went plummet. Wow. One hour and 7 minutes in the books. Matter of fact, let me I'm gonna do something here. Let me I got the camera away, right? Let me see if I do this. Anyway, I'll do it tonight. I'm gonna release that video tonight of this radio, a medium wave long distance. I was gonna release it last night, but I figured let people let the other video get enough traction on it. But then when I see a couple of people post stupid things, I just say, you know what, I want to pull that video off. Pull it down. Maybe I'll put that video up today, and then I'll put the other one in the members area. Oh wow. No, some people do it to themselves. I'm not kidding. Oh, now I got heard over here. Okay, now I got heard in Spain. Okay, so now it's went out again. Okay. Yeah, it's weird. You see it here. That's why I love PSK Reporter. You can see it here in real time. A few minutes delay, a couple of minutes delay here and there. You see now, you got heard here. Radio Wave Maniac. Let me go to your channel. I think did I sub to your channel? Let me see. Let me go. Where is it at? Go to channel. Let me see. Oh, I didn't sub to you. Okay, I'm gonna sub to your channel, my friend. I just sub to your channel. Okay, I don't want to play music. No. I thought I subbed to your channel. Wow. So there you go, Radio Wave Maniac 1.53. So you got 1,530 something subs. Okay, pretty cool. And you're from Poland. Yeah, I know you. I forgot. Yeah, you told me you're from Poland. Oh, you got some nice radios. You have some nice radios. You have DAB radios. I wish we had DAB here. We don't have DAB. We have a you know FM HD. That's what we have. We don't have DAB. So anyway, I sub to your channel, Radio Wave Maniac. Yeah, you have a good looking channel. Yeah, you have a nice looking channel, I see. And you have the same radio. You have this one. You have the Kidosin. So you have this radio also. And you also have the Kidosin DX286 on your banner. I see you have a nice banner. The other one looks like a PL 330. What is that? PL 330? Oh, yeah. You also have the DP 666. Okay. Oh, yeah. You have that one too. The DP 666. And Myron Dixon made an update video on this one that enables this to have a touchscreen. Although this radio, like his, doesn't do touchscreen. Now, if you want touchscreen on this type of radio, the DP666, that one has touchscreen. So, and that's the radio that he has, Radio Wave Maniac. So it's basically this radio with a keypad. You know, I'm trying to get the lighting. This radio with a keypad, and you can do touchscreen. So, that's a nice looking radio too. But I have this one. I'm happy with this one, even though it can't do touchscreen. It's okay. I'm okay with it. But definitely, that's a nice radio, the DP666. Because you know, it's basically the same. It's the same radio except it has a touchscreen and have a keypad. So you know, Myron Dixon made an update of this radio. I'm probably gonna do it anyway. Eventually, I'll do the update, and you know, I'll probably do it anyway. I was hoping they would do like the airband and all that. And a couple of people asked about the airband too on this radio. There is no software airband mod on this. Just to end that debate. For this one, because somebody asked like yesterday again, I think on the forum. So this one, you will have to do a hardware mod. And basically, you have to install an up converter. It's a software mod and a hardware mod to make this airband. And the cost of that hardware device it actually costs as much as the radio itself. So, you know, it will make no sense to do that. It really makes no sense to do that. For me, I would not do that. I would not. You know, I don't care about the airband in terms of a radio like this. I have plenty of radios that scan airband, and it does it very well. So you can't have airband and everything, folks. So there you go. So yes, I sub to your channel, and there you go. All right, there we go. So that's pretty much it. I covered that thing today. Those idiotic comments. That's why I tell people, you gotta post something. Be careful what you post, because you know I might use it as material. You know, I mean, nobody comes out here and says it. Nobody's gonna do that. You know. Again, I don't claim to be an expert, but when you post something that's not true, I'm gonna call you out on it. That's it. I don't care. You know, I was very surprised when he said that his radio is unusable. You know, I totally disagree with that. This is this is one of my best radios. So it's not unusable. I don't know. You probably have a faulty radio. You gotta have a faulty radio. You know. Let me put the little donut antenna on it.
Christian Solidarity International, 222-5909 or WNCA.com. This is Alistair Day, inviting you to study the Bible with me November 10th through the 20th on a cruise in the Mediterranean. You can book your ticket by calling 855-565-5519 or going online to
Does that sound unusable to you?
Portions of this program are pre-recorded. Deeper Faith Bible Church brings
know,
you
come
Bible
on.
study with Pastor Kamui.
Reporting you should know with BIN News. The search for 4 U.S. Army soldiers in Lithuania is now a recovery
Does that sound
mission,
unusable?
according to
Really?
Lithuania's Minister of Defense. The soldiers based at Fort Stewart, Georgia, went missing on Tuesday during a training exercise. Their UAE Hercules armored recovery vehicle was found submerged.
I'm gonna try it out with the loop. Let me see. Indoors in this noisy environment. Let's see. I'm gonna hold it right there. Not the best way to do this. It's really on shortwave with the loop antenna. But let me see. And a noisy and a transceiver right below me. It's probably not gonna find anything right now. Maybe I should be away from it. Let's see. I'm gonna tell you this radio with an Emily 30. The proof is in the pudding, bro. Radio New Zealand. That's not an easy. I won't say that's not an easy catch. I mean, it's a moderate, and this radio picked it up with an Emily 30, no problem. So this radio couldn't do that. This radio could not pick that up. Okay, no signal with this one at all. Just deaf. And I'm gonna get the other antennas. I'm gonna get the other one. I'm gonna get the one. There's two. This is see this one, the BB antenna. This is a broadband. It's a broadband one. Okay, so this is like from 10 kilohertz to 181. But I'm gonna get the other two. I'm gonna get the one for the medium wave, and then the other one's for shortwave, and those have the variable capacitor on it. Yeah, this antenna is not the best for shortwave. In here, I don't think this one, but I think outside this antenna will be better. It seems to work better with I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop it. Let me see. Let me switch bands. Let me switch to FM just with the antenna. And like I said, this antenna is not the best for FM. There you go. See? Oh, I turned it off. Sorry. Let me put the volume low. Sorry, I turned it off for a second. So you see the RDS? I had to lower the volume because I don't want to get a copyright notice, whatever, strike, whatever. And you see the RDS? You know, how can you say this video is unusable? I mean, really, that's just a, you know. And I'm surprised because he has an electronic channel, you know, with 80, I don't know what. I can go check. You know what? I'm over here. Let me go check. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now how many subs he has. I mean, thank you for leaving a comment, but you're totally wrong. Yeah, I mean, this guy is a big channel. Yeah, he's a big channel. 83,000 subs. 83,000 subs. He seems to know a lot about electronics, but he's wrong. He's wrong about this radio. Bro, you're wrong about this radio. Yeah. 83.2 thousand subs. You know? You have 80,000 subs, and you're gonna tell me this is a piece of junk? Is unusable? See, this is why I tell people you can't. We have a herd mentality. A lot of people follow the herd, and they take their word as gospel. I see that. Believe me. And I'm gonna tell you something. This radio, I wasn't gonna buy this radio. I thought this radio was gimmicky. I even said it. People know me. I said this radio was gimmicky years ago. But then Mario the Xer bought this radio. He bought this radio. And he enjoyed the radio. He started making, he made great FM DXing radio, catches it in. I was like, wow, that looks like a fun radio. And then TV Radio 1972 bought this radio. And I trust their judgment. Because, you know, they don't have, they're not a big channel. You know, same thing with with TV. He bought this radio. He did a review on this radio too. And you know what? That's when I pulled the trigger. That's when I bought it. Okay? Because I don't follow the herd. I don't follow the herd. I follow people that know what they're talking about. And I always say that. I got the smartest people in the chat. And they prove me wrong about this radio. I love this radio now. Okay? Because of them. Because of Married to the Exa and TV Radio 1972. I pulled the trigger on both this radio and I love it. You see what I'm saying? I didn't follow Shango 066 because he don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about when it comes to this radio. You're welcome to come in here and challenge me, but you're wrong. You're wrong about this radio. You're wrong. You're 100% wrong on this radio. This radio is not unusable. It is very usable. In fact, it is exceptional, this radio. Now, in fairness to you, if maybe you got a bad radio or you don't know how to use it. That could be the case. Because your channel, and I'm not bashing the channel. I see you have a lot of old TVs, old that. This is not that. This is not that. Okay, this is not that. So you can't compare apples to oranges and whatever. You can't make a blank statement and say that this is not that this radio because of the screen, because of this screen is unusable. You make no sense, bro. You lost me on that one. So, you may be the expert on fixing old tube radios or TVs, but you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to this. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. Get that herd mentality off your head. Just because he has 83,000 subs doesn't mean he knows what he's talking about when it comes to everything. No, because he definitely, you're wrong on this one. You're wrong on this one. And I'm going to call a spade a spade. There you go. Boom. Good morning, Chasso. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well, my friend. So that's what I'm saying, that you got to get off that herd mentality, people. Some people follow people. And a couple of people recommended his channel to me in the past. Oh, you check out this guy's channel. I said, no, I don't watch boring channels like that. Because they're boring. I'm sorry. I'm not into electronics, little soldering and opening up a radio. You open up a radio. Wow. What a novel idea that is. To open up a radio and you get views. Just open up radios or televisions. I mean, come on. I mean, try doing this every fucking day. Come out here for 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours. Okay? That's that. Try that. Without a script. Okay? And then you lost me on your expertise when you said this radio is no good. That's when I know, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So that means your channel's probably scripted. You probably prepare every video like it's a fucking, like the news of the day. You probably have a teleprompter and all this shit. I don't do that, bro. When I review stuff, it's real world results or results, whatever you want to pronounce it. Okay? So when I tell you that this radio is an ass-kicking radio, it is an ass-kicking radio. I'm not going to miss words here. So people need to get off that herd mentality now. Just because he has 80,000 subs, he knows what he's talking about. Bro, he don't know what he's talking about. Because you know what? I just schooled you on this shit. Right here. Okay? And you know what? Congratulations on your success on your channel, but you don't know what you're talking about. When it comes to this radio, you don't know what you're talking about. And people really need to get off that mindset that just because the guy got 80,000 subs or 100,000 subs, you know what? A lot of people buy subs. A lot of people buy views. A lot of people buy subs. I'm not saying that he's doing that. I'm not saying that, people. I'm just saying it's a numbers thing. Just because people got numbers doesn't mean that they're entertaining or they know what they're talking about. Okay? I'm just pointing that shit out. I'm pointing that shit home with this radio. Because that comment, and you can go look at it. He said this radio is unusable. You make no sense, bro. You make no sense. And I don't claim to be an expert. No claim to be. I'm not an authority on electronics. I could barely read schematics at the basic level, and that's it for me. You can't come onto my channel and say that this video is unusable and think you was gonna get away scot-free. It wasn't gonna happen, bro. You just because you have an 80,000 subscriber base? You think your word is gospel? And I said, no, I'm gonna call you out on it here. I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm gonna say, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong. No, it's a comment on this video. It's on my review. It's still there. You can't drop a comment and say this radio is not usable. Come on, you can't do that, bro. You think I was gonna address that at some point? You see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That you see these so-called experts or these people that people have a big following, they think that their word is gospel, and it's not. And it's not. I'm gonna tell you, it's not. Because Married DX. And by the way, I'm gonna can you put Married DX's link and put TV Radio 1972's link in the chat? I trust their judgment more than you, Shango. Okay? I trust their judgment. I trust their judgment over you. Because I don't know who you are from a hole in the wall. Just because you open up TVs and old radios, oh my God, you're the aficionado of electronic, come on, give me a break. Just cut it out. Just stop. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Okay? I mean, I know who he was because somebody people. I know who he was because somebody people told me about. Oh, you check out his channel. I follow his channel. And I went there. I tried to watch the video. It was boring. I'm sorry, boring as hell. He's boring. I'm sorry. You're not entertaining. I don't watch people. I can't watch boring channels. I'm sorry. I just can't. Yeah. He may know his stuff. I don't know because you know what happened to me? I didn't stick around long enough to watch his channel because he was putting me to sleep. But then you gotta come to my channel. Yeah, and thank you, thank you, Tasso, for posting the links. I trust their judgment. There you go, and thank you, Tasso. Thank you very much. I trust their judgment when it comes to this radio, because they put this radio through the ringer. They put this radio through the ringer and compelled me to buy it. Then I bought this radio. I bought it because of them. Not because of somebody that doesn't know anything about this radio. You see what I'm saying? So you got to stop following that herd mentality that it's like, I got 83,000 subs. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to radio. Like, he don't know what you're talking about, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to say it one more time, and I'm going to end it right there. You do not know what are you talking about. Boom. So I call a spade for a spade. Stick to your tube radios and whatever. Now, I don't even know if he's an expert on that. Now I'm questioning the validity of his expertise. To say that this radio is unusable? I'm sorry. I'm questioning his expertise right now. To say that this screen is the reason why this radio is unusable, bro, he lost me on that shit. I was like, what? I had to click on the channel. Is this the same guy? It can't be. Come on, bro. Elmer time. I got 277 on board. No, you're not, bro. Elmer, what's up, Elmer? And I hope you're doing well, my friend. No, actually, I enjoy your videos. I enjoyed that video about the digital voice modes. Because of that video, I learned a lot about DMR and C4FM and all that. I was because of your video. And that video that you did about the digital voice, that was the video that compelled me to look into DMR. So when you see me talking on DMR, It was your video that introduced me to that. And I watched the video. I watched it a couple of times. I seen your video. I think 3 times I saw the video. From start to finish. The one about, yeah, I did. And so let me tell you something. That's, you know what? That's what I'm trying to tell people, that, you know what? Another channel you want to watch that he knows what he's talking about, Elmer Time. Go check out his channel. And cause I like the drawing. I like, you know, he did it. So I enjoyed that one with the digital mode. That's the one that really, you know, you broke it down. You broke it down in simple terms about DMR, about the history of it, brief history of it. You know, about the 3 of them, you know, DMR, C4FM, and D-Star, and you broke them down each. About, you know, DMR, you can every other Chinese radio has, you can get DMR radio. Yaesu, the C4FM is only exclusively by Yaesu, and D-Star is either Kenwood or Icon. And you broke it down, and you know, and the advantage and disadvantage and whatever and all that stuff. You know, that was a great video. That video should have over 10,000 views easily. And this is what I'm talking about, people. This is what I'm talking about. When you follow the herd, their word is not gospel. Their word is not gospel. I'm telling you that. That's why I keep saying it. I got the smartest people in the chat. Forget about that. You know, I got the smartest people in the chat. All right. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Let me enable my. Okay, see? Now it picked up. There you go. See? 10 meters just picked up now. It was only a handful of people. Now look at all that. It's getting there. See? It'll show up in a couple of minutes on the screen here. But yeah. Tasso, thank you, Tasso. And Tasso, I subbed to him because he's more vintage. Like, yeah, I know, that's what I see. So, you know, apples, you can't compare apples to oranges, bro. This is not vintage electronics, bro. This is remember, this is not even a traditional radio. So that's why I don't understand why he would say the comment. This is a car chip, a chip from a car radio, and it implemented to a portable format or case, you know, portable. And that's what they did with this radio. Is a car chip. And anybody that would be following this for a while would know that. And I'm surprised that he posted that comment. Like, why would you even say that this radio is unusable? You know? Maybe, I don't know, maybe he had a bad night or something or whatever. Maybe, I don't want to accuse somebody of having a few too many. I don't know. Well, that statement is totally false. You know? And I go back to that. I keep saying that, people, you know? I mean, I listen, I follow a few big channels. But after a while, you know, they get stale. I'm going to say they get stale. Some of them get stale. They rest on their laurels. They regurgitate the same old stuff. You know, another reception from you know, whatever, Radio Romania. You know, come on, man, that gets old, man. You know, exactly. I said that earlier. Maybe he don't know how to use a radio. Maybe he doesn't know how to use a radio. You know, like this. This radio is you know, something like this. You know. And listen, I'm 58 years old. Okay, I'm not a spring chicken. But these radios don't intimidate me. You know, this one, for example, like this one, like this little one right here. These radios have little, you know, intricacies, the little submenu functions. Like this one, you got to press and hold it if you want to get to the menu. You know that may be a little too complicated for some folks. Just being honest. Some of them might be too complicated for some people. You know. Using a radio like this is not for the faint of heart. For some people, when you're dealing with when you're dealing with an old S38, a Hallicraft S38, that thing only has like 4 knobs, and that's it. I believe something like that. Yeah. Where's the cat whisker? Yeah. This is a, this is a, multi-band, multi. Look at all the information. Look at all the information. Look at all the information it displays on the screen and all that. This is basically a computer. You can't compare this to S38. In terms of circuitry and upgradability. This thing, you can firmware updates on this thing up the wazoo. You can't compare this. So he's in that world. He's in that. Listen, he's in that world. I get it. He's in that world where you're a vintage electronics guy. It's not the same as this, bro. It's not the same. You cannot compare the two. You can't compare the two. It's apples and oranges, yo. You can't compare the two. Exactly, Tasso. I sub to him because he's more of a vintage electronics expert. And exactly, he should stay on his lane. That's his lane. That's your lane, bro. But you can't come into my house. You can't come into my house and tell me this is a piece of junk, basically. You're saying that basically this is a piece of junk. Well, I'm going to quote it by verbatim. Because of this bright screen makes this radio unusable. You can't come in my house and say that. You can't do that. And think you was going to walk out of here scot-free? You see what I'm saying? Come on. And this is why I come on here and I say this thing. Because too many people follow the herd mentality. Herd mentality. That's what I call it. Herd mentality. Just because you got 80 fucking thousand subs, make you no fucking expert. Get out of here, man. Come on, bro. I'm here fucking posting videos. I'm here. Come on, bro. Let me break it down to you, bro. I'm here doing shit like this, bro. Fucking people run for the hills. Oh my god, you mean a software update? Oh my god, I don't want to break my radio. I don't want to break my $20 radio. I don't want to break my $20 radio. Oh my god. This fucking rocket science compared to that shit. Get out of here, bro. Have a seat, bro. Come on, man. Thank you. Thank you, Tasso. Thank you. Nice blog. Thank you. Yeah, am I right? A brighter screen will be needed if used outside direct sunlight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you could, I was trying to put that's another thing. If the screen is too bright, you can always lower the brightness right here. Press and hold it. And let me see, where's it at? Display setting. Let me go up here. Oh shit, turn it off. Sorry. Sorry. Let me do it again. Let me hold it. My bad. Okay, display setting. And you click on that display setting. And look at all the display setting on there. You can lower the brightness. I got mine down to 50%. You see what I'm saying? You could do a lot of stuff with this. You could lower the, oh, come on. You could lower the brightness on this thing and everything, Like the other person that complained about this radio. Oh, I think your mod ruined my radio. My FM reception is on. I can't. It's giving me interference on FM. No, you can lower the brightness on this. It doesn't interfere with mine, but I lower the brightness on it anyway because by default it's too bright anyway. This radio, by default, its radio is way too bright anyway. So I lower it down to the minimum on this radio. You see the brightness? Let me turn it on. See, the brightness is where I want it to be. I got the brightness where I want it to be. You know, so when you say that this radio, that mod ruined your radio, you don't know what you're talking about. Again, you don't know what you're talking about. You just another person, that another unsatisfied customer. You know, a break, man. Come on. Yeah, well, he wasn't here in the chat, but he did leave a comment, and I haven't answered it. I left it like that because I'm answering it today, and then I'll leave a message saying, "Yeah, go check out my rant." That's your comment back to you. Come on, bro, can't do that. You know, people gotta understand. Just because you have a big number doesn't mean that your word is gospel. It's not gospel, bro. I learned that. Listen, I started this channel 8 years ago, and I learned a lot from a lot of people. You're gonna have people out there that they're gonna bamboozle people. They're gonna bamboozle people. And, you know, and my other channels too. Crypto. I know people that bamboozle people. People lost money. And you go to crypto, there's people that lost a lot of money following YouTubers that are just scamming them. But they have big numbers. You know, they have like 40,000 subs, 100,000 subs, 200,000 subs. And people, if they say, "Oh, buy this coin," they buy it, not knowing anything about the coin. Because they just follow blindly these people, you know? And that's what happened with the herd mentality. Like I made my video on updating it, right? I made my video on update. Somebody posted a link. Oh, you know, that guy Paul left he has a video review and he put the link there. I said, don't, first of all, don't put his link on my channel comment. And it was on Reddit. I banned him. I banned him on Reddit. He got banned. Boom, for doing that. Like, first of all, I made this video because there's only one other person that talked about this, and his video was horrible. I say it was horrible. He didn't cover what I covered. He went too fast, and he didn't cover it the way I covered it. And then the other video, the one that I bricked, again, the other guy, his video was 30 fucking minutes long. But in fairness to him, he covered up he covered the hardware mod, and then he went into that mod. So I wanted to make my video cover only this mod. You would think that video would have like 10,000 subs. Nope. I mean 10,000 views already. Nope. I think it got maybe 2. Right now, is that 2? Because people, and then in fairness, I'm not knocking him, but when anybody calls medium wave middle waves, I'm gonna question the validity of his knowledge. If you don't know that medium wave is pronounced medium wave, and you keep saying middle waves, you're gonna lose people like me, because I don't trust the validity of your knowledge. And you're amateur radio operator. You should know that we say medium wave. We don't say middle waves. Who says middle waves? I never heard anybody say medium wave as middle waves. But when I hear that, I tune out. I say, okay, this guy, I got to question the validity of his knowledge. Is he some actor that people pay him to say these things, to sound like he knows what he's talking about? You know what I'm saying? Come on. And that's not the first time he did that. I mean, we're talking about, and also credibility, credibility. This is the same guy that said that the RF 919 is a great radio. You know, you got to question the credibility. A lot of people get the free shit. They get a lot of free shit. Ratty doesn't even want to touch me. Ratty would not send me a radio because they know if I'm going to call a spade for a spade. If it's a piece of junk, I'm going to say it's a piece of junk. That's it. If the radio is, if it's a good radio, I will tell you it's a good radio. Just like this radio right here. They didn't send me this radio to review, but I'm gonna showcase this radio like nobody's business, and say that this is a great radio. This is a very good radio. Okay. Yeah, just with the little loop and tunnel. Look, look at the FM signals it's picking up. RDS in there locked in. Look at that. Bam. Come on, man. You can't say this radio is a piece of junk. You can't say that. You can't do that. That's why, I question the validity of some of the knowledge of some of these people. They probably hear me and they think, all right, he's just some New York City guy. He don't know anything. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't shut it down. I would just, But I hear you. It does get old. Like for example, this channel. I say this channel 5,000 subs, right? Man, I could be retro gaming. Or I could be just playing Fortnite. I could be playing Fortnite. I could have 500 people watching. I could be playing Fortnite for 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day and have 500 people watching. And and it's less bullshit than this fucking radio shit. People already blaming for one person. Oh my God, I can't use this radio on FM because of the mod. So you can go back to your old mod, or just revert it to the original mod, or whatever. That's all you got to do. Don't come crying about it. People are so fucking ungrateful. People are ungrateful. Believe me, I watch videos from other channels, and I said, man, I could make that video better, and I do it. And do you think I still get credit for that? No, I get no credit for that shit. Now, one comment ever said, "Damn, Danny, you made this video better than what the other guy did." Come on, man. How much time? Maybe they don't have the mental capacity to operate the radio correctly. Yeah, that's what I think. I think he just doesn't know how to use this radio. He doesn't know how to use this radio. I think all these hidden menu intimidates him. It's like, oh my God, look at all the stuff. Look at all that stuff I have to go in there. Sub menu, and it intimidates people. It intimidates some people, Come on. Come here and bash the radio when you don't know nothing about the radio. And he claims he owns it. I have that radio, and he claims he owns it. So unless he has the old chip, either he has the old chip, the TF-86, and I didn't know about that. Mary Dish was the one that pointed that out to me. So thank him for that. Or he has a it's not working. It's not working. Something's wrong with the radio. It's defective. Or he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But when you first get this radio, it could be overwhelming at first. Because there's no labels on the buttons. It's just 3 colored buttons. But once you play around with this radio, you'll figure it out. It's not a radio that you give it to a beginner and they get overwhelmed. There is a little learning to this radio, and then like I said, I love this radio. And this is one of my best radios of all the radios that I have. This is one of my best ones. Okay, it's a learning curve. You would think he would know something like that, but that's what happened when you fuck around with tube radios. You think every radio is like made in 1958 or something. I don't know. Same thing with the transceiver. That's why I go back to, remember the amateur radio exam? I go back to that. Today's amateur radios, today's amateur transceivers. You think I'm gonna open up this radio and mess around with it? I'm not gonna do that. There's no way. This is not, national whatever or helicopter or Hammerlin. No, this is And by the way, there's a learning curve to this radio. For example, FT8. The settings for this you have to do for FT8. You want to do CW, the settings for that. This is not a. You gotta, and I didn't have to read the manual. I still figured it out because a few YouTube videos in, I got it set up. You can't compare radio like this to like a tube radio in terms of sophistication, circuitry, and all that. You can't. So when somebody comes like that, somebody like that comes in here and say, "Oh, this radio is it's unusable," you don't know what you're talking about. At that point, you don't know what you're talking about. That's it. And that's why the today's test, amateur radio test, is bullshit. Rarely people open up their fucking radios anymore. I'm sorry. If you do, then you know what? Kudos to you. You have all the time in the world. Me, I don't have time in the world. I'm not gonna open up a radio like this. You crazy? And ruin it? Are you kidding me? This is not a helicopter SX-25 where the radio, boom, it went out on me. Right away, I opened it up. With very little knowledge, I was able to swap out a tube and bring it back to life. Because I saw it right away. I saw the one that was burned out. So I ordered that tube from eBay. Thank God it was, they had it. New old stock, whatever. As soon as I arrived, I popped it in there. Boom, radio came back to life. That was it. That's not today's radio. This radio is very complicated. It ain't nothing like that. You're living in that old world. This is not this new world. It's not old world. Come on. Yeah. Elmer time. Yeah, where's the cat's whisker? Yeah, right. LOL. Yeah, exactly. Tasso says I have it. Yeah, cat whisker. I haven't heard that phrase in a while. Cat whisker. Elmer time. Yeah, brighter screen will be needed if you're working outside. But right now the screen, this is 50%. Right now it's about 50%. I lowered it down. Especially if you want to say battery life on it. If you want to prolong the battery, I lower this down. This radio right now, this one, right? I got it down to the minimum because it was way too bright. It was just way too bright. Now, Can the brightness cause a little interference on FM? I don't know. I don't have that issue. But the guy that apparently the guy said he has an issue with his. So I left a comment. I said I left a comment back to him and said, I left a comment saying that try lowering the brightness down to whatever. Maybe that should can the screen bring a little bit of noise? Yeah, it can. But in this case, it's not unusable. No, it's not unusable. But I could imagine if you put the screen all the way up, the brightness, can it affect it? Maybe. But I brought mine down because I don't like bright screens anyway. I don't like the screens to be too bright. I like my screens to be my eyes are not the same, and I can't be. I don't like bright screens. I'm not a fan of bright screens. So let me go back a little bit. Let me just put it to the side there like that. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about them now because I don't want to talk about them. No, it's okay. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Hey, well, they won yesterday, so I know they lost this guy for the year. Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole. He's gone for the year. Tommy John surgery, so he's gone. Yeah. Anyway, we'll wait and see. Let's see how this was the season. Well, I know the Mets lost already. They already lost. They lost their first game. They lost to Houston yesterday. Cause I don't follow baseball early anymore. I wait till like probably after the All-Star break. I'll start following baseball. Right now it's too early. Remember last year the Yankees started out. Remember last year? Yeah, I know. That's sad that happened. I know. I thought about that. It's scary. First they said that when I heard that he choked, I thought about allergic reaction, anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis. That's what I thought about. An allergic reaction to something. Because I haven't followed the whole story, but I know that they went to Costa Rica. They're in Costa Rica, and I apparently they all got sick. So I guess they took some kind of medication, and I guess we don't know what really happened yet. But apparently I think he was allergic to the medication, and he died in his sleep. He was anaphylactic. And let me tell you, it's scary. Anaphylaxis is scary. It's scary. It happened to me. I had anaphylaxis episode, and it's scary. It is scary as hell. And a couple of times, I'm laying in bed, and literally, you can choke on your own saliva. Like you start literally like you swallow water, like it went down the wrong tube. Like you when you drink water, it goes down the wrong tube. And anything can, I learned that. I've done reading on that. Anything can trigger an anaphylactic episode. That's what the doctor told me. It doesn't have to be something you're allergic to. And I'm gonna go back to, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, you conspiracy theory." I'm gonna go back to the shot. That's what happened to me. About a month after I took my second shot, that's when I had my first anaphylactic episode. I couldn't breathe for almost 3 minutes. It was about a good 3 minutes. I was blacking out. I was borderline going into unconsciousness, and then my airway opened up. And I'm not allergic to anything. So I thought I wasn't allergic to anything. And I'm not. By the way, I ate the same cream cheese a couple of weeks after the episode, and I didn't get another attack. So it was weird. Yeah, like going down the wrong pipe. And let me tell you something, you can trick it if, and by the way, Tasso, if you suffer from heart condition, that can trigger a heart attack. So even because people that have Alzheimer's and people that have dementia, um, they can choke on just anything, drinking water, whatever, and then that can trigger a heart attack. It's crazy. Uh, when you're in that condition, and my heart is fine. I mean, knock on wood, my heart is fine. Like last test I had, I don't have no issue. I don't have no atrial fibrillation. I don't have nothing like that. My heart, I have a normal working heart right now. Normal heart rhythm, normal heartbeat. But I can imagine someone that has like AFib or something like that, where if you swallow a little bit of water and it goes down the wrong pipe and you start triggering on, because those coughs are very violent. It can trigger anaphylactic attack because remember, your body thinks is a foreign substance. An anaphylactic attack is your body. I'm not an expert, people. I'm not a doctor. But in my case, when I licked a spoon of the cream cheese, my remember I had just took the second shot. My immune system was on overdrive. My immune system was on overdrive. That anything it deems to be foreign, a body in my body, it attacked it, and that's what happened with the cream cheese. And I had a violent cough. That's how it started with mine. I licked the spoon and I started coughing and coughing. My wife looking at me like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And I kept coughing and coughing, and the coughing got more and more violent. It was more, coughing really hard. And then all of a sudden, my airway got shut and I couldn't breathe. That's how it starts. It starts with coughing. And then, as you cough, remember anything that can swell up your airway, even coughing can, swell up your airway. And if enough of the airway is swollen for you to get some kind of blockage, then that's, an anaphylactic, you can't breathe. That's why, for example, people that have asthma, they always got to take the pump. My wife, she has to take the pump. She has an asthma pump she always takes with her. She's asthmatic. Because when you get asthma, it swells up. Your airway constricts. And when you take that puff of the, it opens up your airway. And it's a steroid. It's like a steroid. Again, I'm not a doctor, people. I'm not an expert on this stuff. Please don't. But it's scary. It's scary. And I think that's probably what happened to the kid. 14 years old. Horrible. Nobody wants to bury their child. 14 years old, this his son. And so he died. I guess so. He probably had the attack while he was laying down. And they couldn't, I guess the other room, they couldn't hear him. Or I don't know. I don't know if they discovered him. Whatever. But, when I had my attack, thank God my wife was right there. And she was telling me first she told me to put my arms up and things like that. Because she thought I was choking on a piece of food. I said, I couldn't talk. And I kept waving my hand like, it's not food. I can't breathe because it's not a piece of food stuck in my airway. It's just my airway swollen. And at that time, remember, that was my first attack. I didn't have no EpiPen. Now I have an EpiPen. I have them all over the house. I have EpiPen. I have one here in the basement. I have an EpiPen. I have one on every floor. I have a couple of EpiPens. And when I go somewhere, I always take my EpiPen with me. For those who don't know what EpiPen is, it's you shoot it right in your thigh. It's a self-injected. You crack it open, and you on your thigh. You inject that sucker in your thigh, and it supposed to help you. You get a shot of I don't know what it's called, the medication in there. I never had to use it, thank God, so far after that episode. But it's scary. It is scary, man. And I feel for the family, and it's horrible what happened to that boy. So, but I think that's what happened. They invest. They still, they try to invest. But apparently they were all sick in Costa Rica, and I guess they all took the same medication, and probably he was allergic to it. It's just horrible. It's horrible that happened. I look at my son. He's 10 years old, and that's the worst thing. That's the worst feeling in the world, to bury your own child. Oh my God. So that's the biggest. That's, I talk about it. I get emotional because I feel for that. No parent should ever bury their child. It's horrible. Yeah. So anyway, back to the Yankee season. Yeah, it's early. I don't watch baseball early. It's too early to watch it. I wait till by the after the All Star break. Then I'll start watching it. When the pennant race starts heating up, then I'll watch it. Because the Yankees last year started out really well, and then they went through the slump. And then but they started out with I think they were like at one time I think they were like 45 and was it 35-5 or 40 wins, and like it was crazy. They started out like the first third of the season, they were hot. They were the best record in baseball and all that. But like the Mets. Mets were the opposite. Remember, the Mets were struggling. And then after the All-Star break, they got hot. Right? So, that's why, early season, I wait till after the All-Star game. That's when you get a more of a feel who's going to. Baseball's a long season. Remember that. It's a long season for baseball. Yeah. So, yeah, it is sad, Tasso. It is sad that. Elmer time. Cat whiskers detector consists of a piece of crystalline mineral, usually galena, lead sulfide, with a fine wire touching its surface using crystal radios. Yeah, exactly. Crystal radios. Tassel. Yeah. Yeah, when you build a crystal radio or something like that, or you buy a crystal radio kit. So that's the first time I heard of that term too. When building crystal radios, cat whisker. Yeah, Tasso says okay. Oh, okay. I heard Shango say tin whisker, which yeah, same term. Yeah, when they say cat whisker, they mean that. Yeah, going down the wrong. Exactly. When you drink water and it goes down the wrong pipe, it feels like you. Oh my God. And then the aftertaste. Well, they better have. They had the worst season in history. White Sox had the most losses in Major League history last year. So I don't think they're going to repeat. I think they're going to be better this year. I think the White Sox are going to be better this year. Yeah. Yeah, they set the record. I think they lost 145 games. Was it 145 games they lost? I know it was 140 something. It might have been 145 or I forgot the record. So they own the record now for most losses in a season. So 2 hours and 14 minutes in the books. And thank you for watching. And right now it's 12:57 or 12:58 p.m. here in Yonkers, New York. Rain is coming in about 2.5 hours. Oh, we're gonna have rain tonight? Later? Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty cool. And that's why I like this radio. I love this radio because of the RDS. I like this radio because the RDS is all in one screen. You know, this is one of the few radios that have RDS. All the RDS information is right there. Let me see what else I can do. Let me see that. Let's see. Of course, I'm using this antenna. I'm not using the whip. So I was using the whip. I think because I got it close to this radio. That's why. Yeah, so let's just keep going. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna. Oh, there you go. Let me put it over here. Let me lower it down like that. 107.1 WXPK. So it's picking up with its antenna. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Let me see. That is the FM loop. Yeah, it doesn't reach over there, the FM loop. Yeah, I know. I like the signal meter and all that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I need to get along with Pigtail. They're hooking up with the FM loop right now, but it's too far away to Pigtail. I don't have a long pigtail. A long, thin wire. Where's the let me open up the telescoping whip. Let me go get the telescoping whip. Man, it's around here somewhere. Where did I put that? Telescoping whip. I'm gonna extend the telescoping whip and do a little tune. Yeah, I know. Not this radio, but some radios have Wi-Fi. I know. I'm looking at it right there. You see that? I know that Wi-Fi. Well, this one does not have Wi-Fi, and I haven't opened this up. But some radios do have Wi-Fi chip. You know, they have the you can, because some radios you can update through Wi-Fi. I know that may be for some models. This particular one doesn't have Wi-Fi. Let me see if I go to. I'm sorry. What am I doing? You see? All right. Wait, I'll show you. See, it has connectivity. Right here, like that. But I can't do Wi-Fi. It doesn't let me. Oh, wait a minute. What? Failed. See? Configure Wi-Fi. Let me see. Oh, yes, I have to do. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing all that. Yeah, you can. You can. I see that. I didn't mess around with it, but connect to. Oh, yeah, but it's. You know what? Now you got me. Now I'm going down the rabbit hole for that. So if I go to this IP address, let me see. Hold on. Yeah, but it doesn't. I think I looked into it before. Let me see. 198. I'm assuming 192. Here we go. 192. I'll tell you right now. Listen. Yeah, because you got to open it up inside. There's a chip. There should be a chip in there. Some of them don't have the Wi-Fi. Same thing with this one. By the way, same thing with this one. Some of them do have a Wi-Fi chip. There's a Wi-Fi chip in some of these. Because the ATS, the ATS 20 Max and the other ones, they do have Wi-Fi in them, and that's how you do the firmware update. So this one is 192.168. I'm gonna find out right now, bro. 168.4.1, and then if I go there, say nothing. I'm trying to connect to the address. You see? This doesn't have the chip. Yeah, no, it doesn't have the chip. You see, I try to connect to the IP address because you need to compare. I mean, if the Wi-Fi chip was working, you need to go in here and there's an admin page and you configure it there. But this one does not have it. This doesn't have the Wi-Fi chip. The update, is. I'll go back. Okay, sorry. Let me go back. Sorry. I think it's locked now. Shit, it locked on me. Let me turn it off. Let me turn it back on. Yeah, so you see, so mine, it doesn't have the chip. Otherwise, this thing would have been lit up too. That's another thing. This thing doesn't light up. So it doesn't have the chip. But if it had the chip, this thing would light up. Trying to find a signal, right? But it's not. So again, you go into the menu and you go down to connectivity. You see, mine is set up with USB mode. Wi-Fi is off. I try to turn it on, it won't let me. It says you got to configure Wi-Fi. It won't let you. So, but if it had the Wi-Fi chip in it, it would allow me to do the rest. So yeah, I always look at that and I say, wait, I don't have Wi-Fi. Let me go get the telescoping whip. Let me see where it's at. It's in the other room. Let me go get it. Let me move my chair over here a little bit. I'm gonna get close to the radio over here. Let me turn it off. I'm gonna disconnect the wideband antenna or broadband antenna, BB antenna. By the way, there's loops that are bigger. They're all metal for VHF, UHF. It's a big one. It's nice. It looks pretty cool. I'll probably get that one. I'll probably pick up that antenna too when I get some of that YouTube money. I don't get that money till the 21st of April. So I'm thinking about buying a few antennas for these radios. So let me just put the telescoping whip all the way up like that. See? It's pretty long. And we can try again. Let me see how it works with now. See how well it works with the telescoping whip. Hey, look at the signal now. Much better signal. Let me put it. I'm gonna put it close. Let me put it right there, right on the. All right. So anyway, let's scan down. I'm gonna put a little audio. Let's see. And that's with the telescoping whip extended all the way out, straight up. So you see the telescoping whip? Carrie Underwood. Yeah, so you see that white thing, the Wi-Fi thing is not on. It's grayed out. Right here is grayed out. You can't see it there, but it's grayed out. If you look at it real close, let's see. Let me get real close to it. Put it like right there. See, it's grayed out. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, man, that thing doesn't have Wi-Fi. I wish it would have had Wi-Fi, but no Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi. Yeah, definitely outside it works better. Yeah, outside is much better. This is I'm indoors and this is telescoping whip, and it's not gonna. This is.
I got the big D. I went to school and I got the big D. Baby, baby, can't you hear my heart beating? Baby, baby.
And the RDS comes in pretty good. Once it's locked in, it comes in pretty fast. So let me switch. Let me switch. Sorry. Oh, wrong one. Man.
Bestows his love on everyone, even the despised. That he overtakes all progress alone. In this way, he reinstates the original law of God. Wins love, describes, understands, and
Medio por allá por los años, aleluya, 2000, 90 y pico.
Time to build those factories, to hire those workers. And so how do you see things playing out sequentially here? Can all of that kick in time to avoid the worst case scenario?
12:30 Eastern, with first pitch at 1 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Side of the Deeg, and we're also getting word of some traffic coming down towards the area of 100.
What the left is doing, good at doing, is building up fake communities that do nothing but cause destruction.
Semana en la MLS o Major League Soccer, el balón. Real drama, like sports.
Yeah, it's very much.
literally 10 question survey that you could do with SurveyMonkey. It cost you about $10,000. The government was being charged.
Agenda. Have I gotten that right? But I think that's important for you to kind of lay out for people who may not.
Soto,
Then he had a strike looking, okay, so Soto being a little passive in that spot. Again, think about it. The first 4 pitches of this at-bat, that some are insinuating Soto was trying to do too much, getting away from what he does best.
I told you the pressure's going to be on Soto. He doesn't remember. Remember what I said after he signed the deal. He doesn't have Aaron Judge biting behind him. He doesn't have Giancarlo Stanton behind him. So now we're gonna see how good he is with the Mets. I don't think he's gonna be that great. But you know what? You want to pay $700 million? There you go.
Pitch slider, 3rd pitch sinker, the 4th pitch strike-looking slider. The foul ball up high says sinker.
Hard sinker, though.
Okay,
Which,
in 95.
Clay Holmes,
that was the hardest
fastball.
That was the hardest pitch that he threw, 95.
And the power of his resurrection. That's what he means by this deeper knowledge.
Work.
Power of his resurrection. You see,
Yeah, of course.
Slider.
And by the way, you're not swinging 3-0 with a slider unless you just completely.
I'm gonna try shortwave with the whip antenna indoors. Let me see what I get. Let me see what I get on shortwave. With the telescoping whip indoors. I know, 31 meter band. 31 meter band. Let's see. Let me check over here. Oh, contact. Okay, here we go. Ladies, I'm just seeking. I'll see what I can pick up with a telescoping whip. And of course, not the best when it comes to the telescoping whip, especially indoors. But I got a contact. Okay, here we go. There you go. Thank you for that. Thank you for the contact. Yeah. I get Zoomer, like sometimes I get it okay. It definitely has diminished. I used to get Zoomer like booming. And sometimes, like lately, the other night it was not very good. I don't know what happened with Zoomer. I used to get it booming. And I noticed that when CHML went off the air, that Zoomer radio suffered. So I don't know. Yeah, that's what I think. I think they lowered their power or something. Could be that they lowered their power. Yeah, I know. Tasso said music on AM 2025. Yeah, 1190 now is music. Remember 1190 on AM is now music. They changed the format. I think that one was, remember, it was religious 1190. So now it's music format. Yeah, 1190 AM, 1190. Go on 1190. It's music now. Yeah, it used to be religious, right? So yeah, it's been last couple of weeks or so, a few weeks. It was like 3 weeks ago, something. I tuned 1190 and I was hearing music. Yeah, so they play, regular, top 40 stuff, old stuff. They play a little Spanish music. They changed the format. I forgot the name of the station now. I forgot the name of it. You can look it up. I don't want to look it up right now. But yeah, look it up. It's all music. Because it was about a few weeks back. I was listening to it in the boiler room, and I put in 1190, and I started hearing music. I'm like, I thought it was a DX. I thought it was a brand new station. I thought it was a DX. But then I looked it up, and they changed the format. Yeah, this is not very good on whip antenna. Yeah, the shortwave is not in here. Is not that because not the best. Plus, I have it next to the transceiver. Maybe that doesn't. Excuse me. Let me drink some water. Mm. Yeah, nothing. Wow, nothing. Wow. I think it's just indoors. Too noisy in here. I just can't. It's not going to be able to pick up anything. I'm going to let it run out. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I think it's just the indoors is in here. So it's not going to work for shortwave unless I put an external antenna. Yeah, I'm going to stop it.
You don't mess around with your engine kit. You're joking. 7 desks.
My year.
News.
Let me put 1190. I'll show you. Yeah, so it's music. You know what? Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up. See what Let me look it up over here. No, I lowered it. I'm not gonna play, but I want to look up the station. I don't know. I don't know if they changed their call sign, but let me see. 1190. Let me see. Yeah, they changed it. It's La Exitosa. It's WLIB. Still, the call sign's the same, but they changed it to La Exitosa. So they play Spanish music. They play hits too. They play, English stuff too. Let me see what they. Yeah, Exitosa. So they got rid of like hits. Éxito. Éxito means Spanish is hits. So it's all music. So remember, this was religious, and they got rid of that. So they changed the format. Yeah, so it's all music, Spanish and English. So right now you're hearing Spanish, and they mix it. It's mixed. Right now it's Spanish. Yeah, Spanish. But yeah, and English too. They play English. It's just one song will be in Spanish, the next song will be in English. It's I think before it was the word. Remember, LB was the word. So now it's La Exitosas. Oh, something like that. Yeah, La Exitosa. So they changed the format on that one. Excuse me. Yeah. Tasso, I listen to 98.7 sometime where ESPN radio used to be. It is in Spanish, but they play American music too. Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. I heard some American music there. Of course, it's Radio Waddle.
también va a tener equipos que sean realmente llamativos para que haya un rating. ¿Qué llamativo tiene la Juelense?
Let me lower the telescoping whip. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I turned it off. I closed the telescoping whip. See, I closed it. So let me see now. Yeah, but definitely the antenna is. Yeah, I'm indoors here, and the telescoping whip doesn't do any justice. What's that station? Oh, there you go. With the telescoping whip like that. Look at that. Locked in. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Not even the yeah, background noise. Not even WR. Yeah, it's just because it's indoors. But MLA 30, this radio with the MLA 30 on shortwave is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I gotta say it. The only thing, it don't have single sideband. It doesn't have single sideband. Yeah. Where's Bubbles? Bubbles probably long gone. That was his monkey, right? Pet monkey. I remember he had a pet. He had a pet monkey named Bubbles. That was his pet. Elmer Time, CKST 1040 AM used to be a comedy station out of Vancouver, British Columbia. I enjoyed listening to that station at night. It shut down in 2023, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, it's Pet Monkey. Okay. Bubbles. Hello, Glenn Dassler. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let me go up, see what else. I'm gonna try something. Let me you know what? I want to try it. Let me try it. I'm gonna hook up the FM loop. I'm gonna hook up the FM loop to it. But I'm gonna move the camera over here. Let me disconnect the let me disconnect. See, I disconnected it. I'm gonna see if I can put it over here. I'm gonna put the camera right close up to it. Let me move this over here. The problem with the FM loop, it has a coax, and then the coax kind of puts a lot of tension on the. So I need to pin the coax. I need to pin this coax because I don't want to put too much tension on the connector. All right, let me try something. I'm gonna move it over here. I'm gonna get real close up on it. Right there. So let me move the keyboard out the way. I don't want to hit the keyboard by mistake. And all right, I'm gonna put it like right there. I'm gonna hold it like right here. I don't want to wear my stand over here. Anyway, I'm gonna turn it on. Now I have the FM loop antenna with it. All right. Let me tune down first. There you go. WBGO. WBGO. Helmer time. Danny's trying to get me to buy another radio. Yeah, buy this radio. TF6686. AliExpress. I seen it as low as under $60. I seen it for like $57 or something. I bought mine. I think it was around $67 when I bought mine. I got a good price on AliExpress. Yeah, James Farley. Hello, what's up, James? Back. James Farley's back. Our job is to make Danny buy new radios, not the other way around. Yeah. Elmer time. I already purchased a micro radio, 4732 radio. Oh, okay. So you have it. Okay. You know, and that's the state. You see, it also shows the state. WEBE, Connecticut. So you also get the state right there. And you got the pi. The pi code is right there, right? 5F56. That's the pi code. Right here, you got the genre. Adult hits, you got the genre, right? Over here is the usually it's a title. And then you get a description. Yeah, I know the FM loop works there. Yeah, because it's built for FM. Yeah, so I call it the FM loop. Yeah, that's the one on the rooftop right now. You see, I got the coax. See, I got an adapter. That's the coax. That's the coax. That goes to the roof. Let me show you. So that goes all the way to the roof, 75 feet. 75 feet. RG6. RG6 quad shield coax all the way to the roof to the FM loop by the chimney is about 25 plus feet off. So yeah, Connecticut right there, baby. Connecticut. Of course, WBLS. And the FM loop is pointing north to south. Okay, north to south. So Connecticut is actually to the broadside, picking up Connecticut. Oh, I went back. I'm sorry. I meant to go down. There you go. Okay. I'll stop the world and melt with you. If I get hit with some copyrights, okay. I'll mute it later on. Yeah. You see how fast? How fast it comes in? You got the pi code. You got the station ID with the state designating. The state. Okay. You got the genre, soft music, the artist, and then you got the title and the description. Any description goes here. You got a lot of information there. It's pretty cool. It's one of the few radios that has all that. That's why I love this radio. I'm sorry, Shango. All right, Shango 066. I disagree with you about this radio. This radio is a great radio. So, but thank you for leaving that nice comment, Shango. Appreciate it.
Such graciousness is uncommon in our society, which teaches us to fight for our personal rights and retaliate when we don't get what we think we deserve. As a Christian, you must resist such influences by focusing on your spiritual duty rather than your rights. If you expect nothing from the world, then you won't be angered or disappointed when nothing comes. Remember, God is the giver of every good and perfect gift, so humble yourself before Him and let Him exalt you at the proper time. This is John MacArthur, looking forward to bringing you more Portraits of Grace.
Hope and encouragement are always here. Family Radio. John Piper coming up in about 15 minutes with today's question and answer session on Ask Pastor John.
Yeah, Homer. That antenna, yeah, it's pretty good. Even for television, that antenna is not that bad. I'm gonna see if I can put it higher. Actually, I'm gonna wait till another month or so, maybe about a month. I'm gonna change the mast on that one. I have one right here. It's taller, so I could put it another 3 or 4 feet higher, maybe, or maybe a little more than that. I'm definitely gonna replace the mast because I'm gonna go up there soon, and I'm also gonna hook up the other one, the fiberglass whip. I'll make a video when I'm up there. So of course you see WQXR New Jersey.
British woman by the name of Dora Bright. She grew up in a theatrical family. Her mother an actress and a playwright and a theater manager. The Piano Concerto in A minor of Dora Bright. Samantha Ward, the pianist. This is the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic. Our Women Composers Marathon continues in a moment. WQXR supported by Sanford L. Smith and Associates, presenting the 65th annual ABAA New York International Antiquarian Book Fair.
Yeah. Elmer time, my state confusion. Yeah. VHF signals bounce off large buildings, hills, mountains, etc. Even if your antenna is pointed in the opposite direction, you may still, yeah. Because the FM loop, I have it pointing north to south. So, for example, New Jersey is to the west. So right now, this thing is broadside. It's broadside from the antenna. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
At Boys and Girls High School. More information at...
Okay, let me go down.
Maybe
Yeah, same thing with this another Jersey station, WDHA. If I remember, the station is pretty far away. Of course, it says HD1. Of course, this doesn't have HD. So that's the, So if I go to, I'll look it up over here. Radio locator. And I'll put the call letter is going to be WDHA New Jersey. I think that one is up. Trying to see the distance on that one. Okay, now it's going to be. And it's 1,000 watts. Dover, New Jersey. Okay, right here. Look. And then, right? And then look, 1,000 watts. Dover, New Jersey. And it's coming in pretty good. Look at the signal on that, boy. Look at the signal on that. Look at the signal on that.
Broadcasting live from the Miller Lite Studio. Tastes like Miller time. DHA rocks.
There you go. You heard the call. Oh, turn it off. Sorry. Very sensitive, this thing when the power button. Anyway, yeah, there you go. You heard the call sound, right? WDHA 105.5, Dover, New Jersey. Jersey's own rock radio. There you go. Oh, was that YouTube? All right. Yeah. Yeah, this antenna is great. I'll put the link in the description for the radio at the end of the live stream and the antenna. If anybody want to buy the antenna, I think it's about $30. I bought mine for about $20 a few years back. It's a great antenna. FM. I call it the FM loop. It's really a folded dipole in a circular form. It's a circular. I call it the FM loop. If you go on my channel and search FM loop, you'll see how it looks like on the rooftop. I shot quite a few videos up there, and I show the FM loop. So that's the antenna that's hooked up to this right now. Yeah. Elmer time. I used to bounce my 144 megahertz Yagi signal off of Mount Hood from Hayden Island to speak with other operators in Central Oregon. Okay, cool. Wow. Yeah.
What you come for? Feel like he entitled because he knew me since a kid. I cut my granny off and she don't see it.
Okay. Oh, turn it off. This thing is very sensitive to turn it off. Anyway, so that's hip hop. Okay, let's go down. I don't care about the hip hop. WSPK.
Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact,
and this is Poughkeepsie. So it's about 50 miles away. Poughkeepsie, New York. About 50 plus miles. K104. Today's best music. Okay, so that's just Poughkeepsie. 50 miles away.
never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Price drop alert at Poughkeepsie Nissan. All prices have been reduced now through 3/31 only.
Live and local from the Frontier Fiber Internet Studio. It's K104's Woodman in the Morning and today's hit music.
Today's hit music. K104, 104.7.
I want you to stay.
All right, there we go. All right. So there you go, K104, baby. This one. Oh, we know what that is. Santana. Oh, it's coming in now. Okay, it's coming in. Let it lock in. Let the RDS lock in. That could be a DX. It's coming in. I see that. I saw one little indicator. Classic rock. Okay. Let's see. 104.3. What is 104.3? 104.3. Yeah, I know Santana. Yeah. Of course, I know the song. I know the song very well. But I'm trying to see what the station ID is. I'm trying to get the station ID. It needs to lock in for a while so I can get the station ID. They're still playing. Huh? Well, if I can hear the call sign. Yeah, it's almost finished. Trying to see if I can hear a call sign. It doesn't want to lock in. It's trying to lock in. Ah. Yeah, but it's probably distant. You know, I don't know what the station is. That's why I'm trying. It only shows that. Ah. Trying to get a station ID. It's pulling in the signal, but I can't get the rest of the RDS. Oh man. I forgot this song is so long. Oh, it's locking in. Look, it's locking in. It's blinking. Oh, yeah, it's blinking. Very cool. Oh, come on. Come on. I have no idea what this is.
Some of Love coming off Hotel California. And we heard from Billy Squire. And
Oh, okay. Okay. It's low. Yeah, it's low power. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, never mind. I thought it was something else. Okay, never mind. All right, moving on. Damn it.
yes, and unfortunately, this story happening in France.
Because I thought it was another station.
Possibly going on in the United States of America. They mentioned that these girls are vulnerable because they're in custody or care of the state. We have similar problems here.
I thought it was a DX for a second, but I said, forget it.
People aren't understanding how that can be tied directly to Islam.
Just a weak station. That one is a weak power station. That's why.
Girls who disappeared under Biden yet?
No.
So this one is nearby. This is Bronxville. I know this is Bronxville.
That they were looking for, and they're boys and girls, but we have.
So that one is Bronxville. So, of course, this is KTU.
When did that happen?
Well, it's happening right now. Boost is officially the #1 most reliable network in NYC. More reliable than Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile based on Umlaut network audit of New York City from October 2024.
That's huge for Boost and for millions of people who have Boost.
Totally. They invested billions into building their own 5G towers across America. So this isn't some old network. This is brand new cutting-edge stuff. Boost Mobile is coming in hot. It's #1 in NYC and owning it.
It sounds like if you're not on Boost yet, what are you even doing?
Seriously, it's time to make the switch.
You see, some stations put the ad. Like this one shows the lawyer ad. Even though they're talking about Boost Mobile, but some of them, I noticed some RDS is putting ads. Like lawyer ads. I seen that when I went to Indiana. First time I seen that was when I went to Indiana. When I went to Indiana, I was doing an FM band scan, and there was a couple of stations that had a lawyer ad. They had the lawyer ad in the RDS. And I was like, I never seen that. So you just saw it right now, the lawyer ad. Even though the ad was Boost Mobile, and they'll scroll see. So they're putting the handle right now at Lawbull L Dog. I guess that's the or at Lawbull, whatever. But I seen that first time I seen that was in Indiana. I saw Isaac and Isaac. Yeah, I saw Isaac. I remember the lawyers now. Isaac and Isaac. And when you go to Indianapolis, they have billboards all over for Isaac and Isaac or Isaac and Isaacs or something like that. So I noticed that they're using these for ads too.
It actually works. Your gut is how your body processes everything that you consume. Stop ignoring the signs.
These small groups made you familiar with people. And the instruction or the injunction would require that you do know the group. And like I said, anything beyond that would be unrealistic and certainly lack the ability to follow these instructions. Verse 29, let 2 or 3 prophets speak and then let everyone else judge. I thought it interesting. These traveling evangelists will blow into town, rent an arena, get as much money as they can, and they will spout whatever they want. And then they'll leave. They don't have to live with what they say. They're gone. If you're a pastor, if I teach something on Wednesday, I got to live with it Sunday. because you're going to come back and go, hey.
Yeah,
you know what
I know. That's the first time I saw
so
it.
You got to live with what you teach, which is accountability. That's the way that it should be. But notice here, the same thing. Let 2 or 3 speak, and let everyone else pass judgment. Is that the Lord or not? 2 or 3 seems to be sufficient to accomplish God's word. Both in the gift of tongues with interpretation and teaching, there's this limit that is set. However, when it comes to personal ministry, not the gathering, if you will, of the people, then you read in verse.
So this is about 60 miles away. This is South Fallsburg, New York. The bridge. I'm looking at it right here. 1,400 watts. So that's the station right there. Okay. Look at the power on this is 1,400 watts. That's it. So it's about 60 miles away. So I'm telling you, this radio pulls in the DX. The DX. With that antenna, it's the DX. It's the FMDX machine, baby. FMDX machine right here. They all bars. Signals all bars.
And I would do this, dude, sit down.
That's meters right there. It's good.
And they would say this, oh, the Lord fell upon me. I couldn't hold myself. I had to shout. So I always read verse 42. No, the Spirit.
That's a 1,400 watt station. That's it. It's coming in good.
So be quiet.
And the antenna's pointing up there, though. It's pointing north into upstate New York. And that station is in, I believe, Sullivan County, maybe further up a little bit.
The Lord took over. I was out of
South Fallsburg, New York.
Well, according to verse 33, don't blame God if you.
It's coming in pretty good. Wow, nice. And of course, there's WNEW FM.
Close. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be tide free and gentle.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of.
Of course, there is no more WNEW AM. That's been long gone. That became Bloomberg. 11:30 a.m. was WNEW a long time ago now. It's a long time. It's like in the 90s. And then, of course, there's WNEW FM only.
1027.
There used to be WNEW TV also, but that's gone. That used to be the local Channel 5 here, Fox Channel 5 here in New York. Now it's WNYW. That's been like that for probably a long time too. Most in the 90s, right? Same thing. WNYW. So that when you see WNEW, that's the last of the that call sign. So WNEW AM was the original Opie and Anthony and all that. NEW. 11:30 a.m. That used to be talk. That used to be a talk station. Talk radio, all that stuff. And then was it? Yeah. And then it became Bloomberg, and then they moved down to where did they move down to? I'm trying to remember what happened. Then they moved down to. I mean, the call sign, of course, became WBBR, but the station, I forgot who. I can't try to remember. See lawyers again. Look, another ad. You see the ad? Even though they're playing music, you see the ad. So you see that this on RDS, you see the ad now. You see ads like this one, injury lawyer. It's been like that for a while, but I didn't notice it until when I went to Indiana and I saw stations with the ads. So this one is Schumann Hill Injury Lawyers, hurtny.com. So I'm giving them a free plug now. So yeah, I see that a lot now with the ads.
Different from the norm. Hey, the Mets are going to play 3 games in Baltimore or take on the Rays.
Or Fenway.
Whatever,
those
Red Sox, as I was saying before, the Yankee series, obviously, that goes without saying, but the Red Sox series, it was a big deal. I remember wanting to go to those games and experience that. But it was cool because each year they would change and go from the American League East to then, saying from a Mets perspective, then the American League Central or West.
Yeah.
That was different. I'm okay with that.
Some clarity here. I remember it was 97, obviously the first year of Interleague, and I was interning at WFAN, and I used to drive the fan van around. I used to do that, give out like free tickets and do all that stuff for the Jets and the Giants at the old Meadowlands River. And I remember I got
of course, WCBS FM. Again, that's another one that on the AM side, they lost the call sign. That happened over the summer. WCBS 880. So that's no longer. So that's the only remnants of WCBS. FM is music, but AM is no longer, which kind of sucks. WHUD out of Poughkeepsie.
In Hastings on Hudson. And my offer still stands. If you've got a restaurant you love to visit during Hudson Valley Restaurant Week, I am looking for suggestions. So you can always text me at 877-274-9483, maybe with the word restaurant, or you can reach me on any of the WHUD socials. Spring Hudson Valley Restaurant Week. You can find those participating restaurants at WHUD.com. It's presented by Hudson Valley Table and sponsored by 100.7 WHUD. I'm Heather DeLuca. We'll actually talk tomorrow after 10. Andy Bale's on the way next on 100.7 WHUD. Hi, it's Casey with a minute of health and happiness. Our mission today is to make a list of the things that trigger us.
There you go, WHUD out of Poughkeepsie, about 50 plus miles away. Coming in pretty good. Nice. Yeah. Let's see. Elmer time. You may not get RDS station readout in RDS signal. Well, no, that one was. It's just that one. The signal was not a strong signal. So that was a signal. Elmer time. I hear some AM broadcast radios that have RDS output as well. We only have one. This radio cannot decode that one. My Sangean HDT1 tuner can decode AM digital. So we had a few a few years back. We had a couple of them. We had a few of them. But they're all gone now. They simulcast to FM, so they dropped their H. There's only one station that had it. It was on 1260. I believe it was WFAS. Digital. So you will see the but I don't know. I think that station is gone now. I don't hear that. I haven't heard it lately, and I don't know what's going on. That's the only station on AM broadcast band here that has RDS.
Thousands of Subaru customers.
80 to 90% less and do it all online? No doctor's office or pharmacy? Yes, Zelby can provide semaglutide.
You see how they're buying up all the ads of the same lawyers? C100 is the same lawyers, right? Look at that.
Directly to your door. How do I get started with Zelby? Just send them a text.
Watching TikTok dances through a screen is getting old? Come watch some real dancing live in person. The Anna and Raven Dance-a-thon, Saturday, April 5th at the Sono Collection in Norwalk. Watch local dance schools from all over Connecticut showcase their talents for a great cause, benefiting the Tiny Miracles Foundation, who do great work with families of premature babies. Learn more at star999.com. See you on the dance floor. Thanks to Bartley Family Orthodontics. The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start.
It's Star 99.9 out of Connecticut.
You'll hear some good music, commentary covering politics, theater, movies, books, and a word or two about the criminal justice system. Actually, it's whatever's on my mind. And
of course, WBAI, they've been around forever. It's a talk station, talk radio.
Every single Saturday night, yeah. Everybody knew they could find me there. I got nothing. How could I?
99.1 WAWZ out of New Jersey. I'm trying to remember this one. Let me look up the information here. Let's see. I'm trying to see the Zerfaf. I can't pronounce Faith or Faf. I don't know. Anyway, let me see what that is. I know it's 28,000 watt power station. I gotta look at the map. Let me see the coverage map. So they're around Somerville, New Jersey. Yeah, Somerville, New Jersey. Okay. So we're talking about, yeah, we have Z100, the zoo here in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, I think every other city has a Z100. Yeah, so 99. So we're talking about from Yonkers, we're talking about 50 miles away, at least 50 miles away. So 50 miles plus the station. Somerville. That's in the yeah. You see? So I'm on the fringe of this coverage. Let me put it right there. See? So I'm here in Yonkers, and the station is right near Somerville in New Jersey. And if you look at the distance, so we're talking about 50 plus miles. Oh, 50 miles. Okay, I'm good like that. Sorry about that. Oh, bring over this one. Okay, there we go. Sorry. There you go. All right. There you go, Tad. So you said it. WEPN, they're playing music. Exitosa.
WEPN FM HD1 and WLIPAM New York. La Exitosa 98.7.
There you go. Yeah, got the cost. Got the La Exitosa 98.7. Man.
Concierto y el Miami Bash. Mete mano Diego, Luismi, Yundari, Boriboy, Tiny T, Smalls, Ronald, suéltala. El nuevo Sol 106.5. La mega mezcla con Alex Sensation. Desde New York para el mundo.
Durante 30 años, las escuelas públicas de KIPP NYC han creado una comunidad confiable para
la mega se pega, la mega se pega. El pegado. But you don't know what pegado means when you. Oh my God! It was in Spanish when we want the when you cook. I don't know about you guys. Sometimes the best part of the rice is the burnt part. It's like crunchy. So, for example, my mother, when she would cook, she would make yellow rice or whatever. The yellow rice. And the rice that's at the bottom of the pot. At the bottom of the pot, right? We call that pegado, el pegado. Dame el pegado. Give me the so the rice that's burned at the bottom of the pot, they usually get brown, it get charred. When my mother's serving rice, sometimes at the bottom of the pot is crunchy rice. It's burnt, but it tastes so much better. Oh my God! Sometimes it tastes better than the rice on the top of the pot. So we call that pegado. Pega, pega, pega. Pegado. I mean stuck. So the burnt part, the bottom of the pot. Some people really like that crunchy rice. So yeah, so that's what we call it pegado, pegado, pega. So there you go. So now you got a little Puerto Rican burnt rice, pegado. So that goes like any yellow rice, like rice with the rice with the pigeon peas, white rice when it's burnt at the it tastes good. It does taste different. It tastes good. So yeah, I didn't mean to bore anybody with that, but I just want to throw that out there because when I see pegado, and then okay, it remind me of childhood. Although my wife, when she cooks rice sometimes, and she'll burn the bottom of the pot, I eat that too. My son likes that too. I don't know how to say that in English. There's a word for that in English, but in Spanish we just call it pegado. So it's a burnt part of the burnt. So the burnt part of the rice when you cook it in a big pot, it's nice and crunchy, and it has a different flavor to it, and it tastes good. It tastes good. It's just crunchy though, crunchy rice. One more time. I wish I would have taken Spanish language in school. Silly me, wanted to learn German instead. Yeah, I know Spanish is a very universal language. I believe it's like half of the world population of some crazy number. I forgot the number. I don't know off the top of my head. It is a very universal language, just like French, but Spanish, yeah. Yes.
Del 14 al 22 de junio. Más información en nycboats.org/ES. Financiado por NYC Boats.
All right. Hot 97. Christian music, of course. This is 96.3. This is what Spanish station. Yeah, it sounds like reggaeton or something like that. WPLJ.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched that happen. I've lost count how many times people have left the church because they've allowed themselves to get angry over something, never dealt with that anger, and now they gave place to the devil to take occasion in their hearts, and now in their anger they leave, and they want nothing to do. They don't want to get things right. They don't want to walk. They don't want to do the right thing. They don't want to say the right thing.
All right. WXBK, New Jersey. WNYC.
Your ancestry, which
NPR station, WNYC.
Unlock part of your family tree. Yeah, of course. This also provided customers with information about diseases that they might be predisposed to. If you're a carrier for any of these diseases, potentially, there's just a whole suite of things that you could
actually. Oh, there you go. Another Spanish station there. Another. WPAT out of New Jersey. And then
2025 Grace Kennedy Foundation Lecture, Breaking the Cycle of Childhood Trauma. Register now at Grace Kennedy Foundation's Eventbrite page to watch the live stream. Don't miss it. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement.
I'm in the field. You're now inside N&N's Entertainment Block.
Bless me, baptize.
Radio's premier afternoon experience. Your one-stop shop for all things music, culture, creativity, and entertainment. You make me wanna run. You deserve that break, so come, take it with us inside the Entertainment Block. Let's stay trending as we rethink afternoon radio. So catch the vibe and ride the wave. Every day, 1 to 5 p.m. right here on Nationwide 90 FM. Your new revolution in media.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Nationwide's Entertainment Block, your number one choice in afternoon radio.
All right. There you go. Let me see something. Man, there's a lot of them. Wow.
ridding the federal government of diversity, equity, and inclusion programming
WNYE?
than most anything having to do with race relations and racial issues.
And Darlene, as you know, the National Museum of African American History opened in 2016, sold out for a long time, was really
Yes.
one of the valued tickets in this town. Specifically, are there concerns that museum has of changes there?
I don't know yet. We haven't been able to talk to anyone at the Smithsonian about that, but I'm sure they are concerned because like other institutions that we've seen that have kind of caved into the president, for lack of a better phrase. And it's only about falling in and out.
From out of the Bruckner Interchange, it's an hour of travel time. Northbound or west side, the best of it out of town. Northbound Deegan slows into Grand Concourse. And again from Yankee Stadium on up. Lincoln Tunnel's okay either way. The outbound Holland's about an extra 10 minutes. Inbound Skyway's a bit slow. Newark Bay is going to be the better.
Consternó a todo el mundo, aparte de todo, de que...
More traffic on the north. Headlines all week long. Just catch us up. Where are we right now, and what are you watching for? Well, right now we're still.
So skip between the.
For the rest of my life, I will
I'm trying to ID the station. I can't find anything on it. I don't know if this is a pirate station or what. Might be a pirate station.
On the other hand, Mario, Attorney General Pam Bondi was asked yesterday if the
WFUV 90.5. What's 90.5? Yeah, I know. We have a couple. We have a couple of them here. We have actually a few of them. That might be another one. Pirate station. I heard this station before. It's like Haitian. Yeah, I think this one is a pirate. So I believe I heard it. I think it's religious in Creole. If I remember. Of course, this is QXR, classical music. Oh, sorry. Let me move this up here. 89.9, yeah. Of course, that is WKCR in Manhattan, Times Square. It's Times Square transmitter. That could be another pirate. Yeah. That's another pirate. Excuse me. So this is WSOU out of South Orange, New Jersey, Seton Hall University.
Just truly such a versatile weapon for this team. Glance deals in car, pulls that one a little too far left into foul territory. It bounces along for a 1-2 count with just one out.
Was too early on that one as well, but you look at Carr's slugging and OPS, slugging 845 with an OPS of 1376. Truly just insane numbers from the pitcher.
1-2 count as Carr pops that one behind us into foul territory. Still 1-2. Carr aggressive on all of these pitches, looking to crank something.
Again, leads the team in home runs with 11, looking for her 12th, to put the Pirates up 2-0.
She's gonna foul that one off.
So that's women's softball. Seton Hall University, South Orange, New Jersey. And James Farley says KCR is pretty good channel. Yeah, that's the yeah. They also have HD2, the classical network. Of course, it doesn't have HD, but that one 89.9 is WKCR, and then they have HD2. There's a classical music also. I like that one. Let me go back to it for a second. I like jazz. I'm sorry. Yeah, every once in a while I pick up Philly stations. I done it with this radio and the same antenna. I picked up Philly, but right now, so far, not today. But I picked up a couple of them in Philly. So let me go back down to
Nuestro horario regular de 10 de la mañana hasta la medianoche, los 7 días de la semana. 1221 de Girón Avenue, esquina 167 en el condado del Bronx. Y delivery, llamando al 917-819-3056. Santi Antito, empanadas y más.
Bro Diamond, cárcel de la pionera del Alto Manhattan. Prestamos mejor servicio a todos los aeropuertos.
And the funny thing is, they're pirate and they're advertising. They're advertising a restaurant, a Dominican restaurant. You know, and that's in New York City. So I'm here in Yonkers. So, you know, I'm in Yonkers. I can hear that, and they're in New York City. They're in like I think Brooklyn or the Bronx. They're New York City. Pirate.
Pionera en Nueva York. Y recuerden que no cobramos servicio de tabla.
Yeah. That's merengue. And they play merengue there. So, you know, when I hear that Spanish, that's Dominican. That's Dominican, yeah, because I remember one time I heard it and they was hearing them and they were simulcasting some program from the Dominican Republic. So they're definitely Dominicans. Dominicano. All right.
With a 346 average.
So this is
playing at all last year due to injury. She watches that one go for another ball. 2-2 count.
And Gallant right now, kind of inconsistent when finding the zone.
So Seattle Pirate. That's the name of the mascot, by the way. The mascot for Seattle University is the Pirates. It's not a pirate radio. It's just Seattle. Yeah. But I'm talking about this one. The Seattle Pirate. That is the mascot of the Seattle University. Is the pirate. Yeah, I mentioned that pirate radio is in a restaurant. I think it is. Yeah, it probably is a restaurant. Yeah, exactly. It's probably the restaurant that they always advertise from. I wonder if their food is good. Maybe when I go in the city, maybe I go visit the restaurant. I'll have some grilled chicken with rice and beans and some totones. I'll have some rice and beans and totones.
Because they are.
Totones, yeah, that'd be nice.
Brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
From the airwaves to the web, follow WSOU Sports on social media. Here our sportscasters cover and recap Seton Hall sports, catch the highlights from the game, and stay up to date with our local teams with graphics, reels, and articles. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WSOU Sports.
Welcome back to Seton Hall softball here on WSOU FM. 0-0, no score for Pirates versus Wildcats on this late March afternoon.
So they're playing Villanova. Villanova Wildcats, right? So they're playing Villanova. Okay. So Seton Hall is, there's a Big East. And basketball is a Big East. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna start grilling soon.
One of a Wildcat batting order.
I'm gonna wait till the week after when he has a Easter vacation or spring vacation. I'll probably grill out there, weather permitting. I'll grill out there a few times. So, yeah, I just gotta clean up the grill. It's still good. I had that grill for now Wow, they're going on 13 years. I have that grill. It's a charcoal grill, of course. I don't use propane. I like charcoal grills. I like the smoky flavor. You know, when I love grilling with charcoal. For me, a propane grill is like a stove. If you're gonna cook with propane, might as well just cook it indoors. You know. So, all right. Let me read some of the stuff here before I move on here. Elmer time. Pirate radios are so infrequent here. They get shut down quickly by complaints. No, not over here. Over here, we get quite a few pirate stations.
Strikes out. Others, what a great movie! I could watch that over and over and over. It's the
WFDU. That's another college station. Fairleigh Dickinson University, New Jersey. So that's another. Yeah, I love college. I like college radio stations too. I do like them. And they're pretty cool. I do like them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Elmer time. Yeah, I grilled 2 nights ago. Yummy cheeseburgers. Yeah. I know. I'm thinking about grilling. Tomorrow's gonna be warm, so maybe I'll probably grill tomorrow. So we're gonna get up to 79 degrees tomorrow. It's gonna be sunny. I'll probably grill tomorrow because my wife is off tomorrow. Of course my son is gonna be home, so I'll probably grill something out there. Maybe I'll go buy some steaks. I'll grill something like that. I'll probably grill tomorrow. So maybe tonight I'll tell my wife, let's go we're gonna go to ShopRite, buy some food for tomorrow, some grilling. Yeah, now you got me thinking I should grill tomorrow. I have the charcoal in storage. I have a couple of bags of charcoal. I have the fluid, so I'm good to go. I'm good to go on that part. I just got to get some food to grill it. Yeah, tomorrow will be perfect to grill it. 79 degrees tomorrow. It's gonna be warm. 79 degrees and sunny. So it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna be outside all day tomorrow. Get some sunlight. Get some of that vitamin D, baby. Yeah. Yeah. So let me see. James Farley, yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get my grill. I might grill tomorrow. Now you got me thinking about James. You got me thinking about grilling tomorrow. Elmerton, yes, PSU had a radio station. Not sure if they still do. It was low power transmitter. I moved far away from Portland, so hearing the PSU signal is it Portland State University? Talking about? Yeah. Yeah. So you grilled 2 nights ago cheeseburgers. Yeah. James Friday, Kingsford and lighter fluid. What a great smell. Pork chops and lemon pepper. Yeah. I love lemon pepper. Yeah, I love lemon pepper. I put that on my steak too. Lemon pepper with seasoning with the steak and chicken. You can use it for poultry too. But I love lemon pepper. Lemon pepper seasoning. I do like lemon pepper. Yeah, so maybe tonight we'll take a trip to ShopRite and pick up some stuff. When she gets out of work, we'll just go to ShopRite. That's our go-to supermarket, ShopRite. ShopRite. We have a few of them. Lemon pepper is king in my kitchen. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Yeah, I have lemon pepper. I have a few of them. I have Montreal seasoning, and I also have, of course, the lemon pepper. I have a couple of them. I have also the Chicago. What's called Chicago steak or something. Chicago steak seasoning. I like to mix it up, I like to mix it up. I'll make one with lemon pepper. I'll do one with the Chicago. Yeah, and we have fish. I have salmon. I have salmon fillet. I have salmon. Maybe I could grill that tomorrow. I have salmon. Wow, I forgot I could grill salmon. Oh my God. Adobo. Yeah, I have adobo. I also have sazon. Sazon also I like to put on my chicken. Yeah, Montreal steak seasoning is good. Yeah. I love Montreal steak seasoning. Adobo is good. I like adobo. I put adobo on chicken. I used to put it on my burgers, but I don't do that anymore. I used to put adobo on my burgers. Adobo seasoning. Sazon is pretty good. Sazon. Yeah. Not cabbage and noodles, but cabbage. Yeah. My wife, she's a vegetarian, so I let her cook all that stuff. She cooks all that. She cooks cabbage. I love cabbage. She makes a cabbage with like I'm gonna say, like with a little bit of like curry, and it's very good. It's very. I love cabbage though. I do like cabbage. That's pretty good. Cabbage with noodles. Wow, that sounds good. That sounds good. Cabbage with noodles. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it's great on fish and some noodle dishes one more time. Yeah. All right, let's see what's that.
That's your little spot. I feel nice.
Both shafts and propellers, and they also
Let's see, 88.5. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I love sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut. Sauerkraut. I like to put onions on my hot dog. Because I bought the big hot dogs, the real fat ones, the real big fat hot dogs. I have a pack. I want to grill those. We're probably going to throw that in the grill tomorrow. I just need to buy the hot dog buns. Sauerkraut. I like onion. I like dice. My wife, you dice the white onion, throw it in there, or the sauce. The what they call it, the onion with the sauce. What they call that? I like that too. Of course, I put everything on it. I put the lettuce and lettuce. Lettuce. What am I saying? Mustard, ketchup. I also put jalapeno, sliced jalapeno on top of the hot dog. I like that too. Jalapeno sliced, pickled jalapeno sliced. Sliced. I like to put that on my hot dog too. It's very good. Oh my God. Jalapenos. You got me thinking. My mouth is watering. What time you want me over? Yeah. So yeah, that too. Sweet pepper. I got a jar upstairs of sweet pepper too. I love sweet pepper also. Oh my God, I go nuts with sweet pepper. Yeah, that would be cool, right? We were eating outside, and I'll do a live stream outside with us eating. Yeah, my mouth is watering now. James Farley, I like Worcestershire sauce. Well, I say Worcestershire, but yeah, I know what you mean, Worcestershire. Burgers, I say, yeah, I like Worcestershire also. Almost like sauerkraut and Polish sausage. Yeah. I like what is it? Bratwurst. Bratwurst. We also have sausage. We also have sausage. I can grill that too. It's like a chicken sausage. We also have bratwurst. I love bratwurst. Oh my God, that's another. I love bratwurst. I go crazy. I also have Italian sausage. I have sweet Italian sausage. I have that too. I can throw that sweet Italian sausage with some sweet Italian sausage with some onions and peppers. Oh my God. On a hoagie. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Italian sausage with some green peppers, some red peppers, some onions. Oh, good Lord. Oh my God. I'm a sucker for sausage. Yeah, I'm a sucker for sausages. Chorizo, chorizo, also chorizo. Chorizo is good. Elmer's laughing. He's like, yeah, sucker for sausage. Chorizo. Also, I tried chorizo. It's pretty good. I don't know if you ever had a soy sausage. And this one was called soy. If you ever go to the store and you see a chorizo, it's a chorizo, but it's made out of soy. I was skeptical about it, and I threw it in the grill, and my God, it was so good. It was so good. Go look at a chorizo. Chorizo. Let me see. Let me look it up before I soy. There you go, chorizo. Let me go to. I'll go to Walmart. Let me see. Open on Walmart. Anyways, right there, look, chorizo. Let me go over here, son. Focus in there. See, meatless soy chorizo. Oh my God, when I tried that, I was, wow. Tasted like a chorizo. You know? Like a chorizo. Let's see, is it gonna focus? Is it gonna focus? Is it gonna focus? Let me wait there for a minute. Anyway. Primo, baby. Soy. What is soy? Is that the stuff you put in between bricks and? It's not bad though. I had for example, veggie burgers. Because my wife is a vegetarian, so she got me into all that. Eating some. There's some veggie burgers that are pretty good. Like Boca. There's a few brands that are pretty good. Not all soy burgers are good. Veggie burger. They got black bean. They got all these different ones. Mixed with. But some I know Boca brand is a good brand. There's a few of them. There's the other one is what is it called? Oh my God! Now I'm having that. My mind is going blank at the moment. But yeah, veggie burgers are pretty good. First time I had a veggie burger. Okay, why is it not focusing on a Sunday? What's going on today? Let me just go right here. Let me go back. All of a sudden, it lost the ability to focus. All right, that's better. Yeah, like for example, first time I had a veggie burger was it was a restaurant. It's not. We no longer have them here. It's Uno's restaurant. I have I tried. I had tofu so I don't know about bean curd, but I had tofu. It's pretty good. I mean, it depends how you make it. Like I had tofu. That I had tofu. Bean curd, I don't think I ever tried bean curd. But tofu I did try. I like tofu. I had tofu. It depends on how to make it. Like my wife makes it. It tastes pretty good. But I'm not a real but like for example, the veggie burger, right? It was a Uno's restaurant, Uno's. They're no longer around. They went out of business here. It's a Chicago pizza and grill, something like that, Uno's. So they had a veggie burger. I tried it. It was delicious. And that's when I said, man, I know Burger King had a veggie burger too. I tried it. It was pretty good. So, don't knock the veggie burger or plant-based burger, plant-based burger. So, for example, like my wife, she's a vegetarian, so she's not vegan, like she drinks milk, but she doesn't eat eggs. So like for example, we made potato salad with plant-based mayonnaise. You can't tell the difference. Plant-based mayo, because it doesn't have eggs. So and there's one called veganese, like mayonnaise, veganese or something like that. Plant-based mayonnaise. And she makes potato salad. You can't you would think it was regular mayonnaise. No. Plant-based mayonnaise. It tastes good. And put it on your sandwich. Very good. Plant-based mayo. If you want to cut some calories, plant-based mayo is pretty good. I was like, I still believe me, I still love meat. So I would never be a 100%. No, she doesn't eat any only vegetarian, and she's not vegan because she drinks milk. So she's a vegetarian. No, she doesn't eat no type of meat, no fish, no nothing. She's been a vegetarian since she was a teenager, long before we met. Because I asked, I said, "How did you become?" Because her dad was, Because remember, she's from Suriname and Hindu. So a lot of Hindu are vegetarian too. It's a big thing in Hindu. Like there is fish and lamb and goat and now no beef though. No, beef is sacrilege in India, in Hindu. Anything with a cow other than milk, no. Not in Hindu, no. It's sacrilege. But she's a vegetarian. So, but I when we met, she started. A lot of vegetarian food is very good. A lot of it is pretty good. Like when we go out to Indian restaurant and all that, I have some of it is vegetarian. Sometimes I'll eat like lamb or mutton. Mutton. You heard of mutton? Like we have mutton. She's probably gonna make it over the weekend. Like a stew, mutton. No, I don't give up eating meat. No, I wouldn't. I did it as a side bet. I was vegetarian for a month. I even took it a step further. I was vegan for a month, for 1 month, as a bet that I could do it, and I did it. But it was hard because dairy products. But when you're vegan, you cannot have dairy. No dairy. So I love cheese. Anything with cheese, you can't have that. It's crazy. No, she's not. She's not gluten sensitive. I'm gonna sign off now. It's 2:42. I'm gonna go get ready to pick up my son. Yeah, 4 hours, almost 4 hours in the books. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.